Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to After the Credits number 102. I am joined, special guest, once again, last minute guest. I laid it on him last minute. I was like, hey, I'm talking Percy Jackson. You want to talk some Percy Jackson? Taj is here. How's it going, Taj? How are you?
Hello.
It's been actually it hasn't been that long. We talked actually as of like today we talked
Yeah, we
like
talked
40
earlier.
minutes ago. We just filmed Ranger Nation, the like mid-season finale of Ranger Nation.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's like literally what like TV shows do. They'll like take a 2-3 week break, or I guess what they used to do when we used to have network television.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
I mean, we
But yeah,
still do. It's just procedurals and
yeah, it's
whatever
freaking the
else.
Rookie and NCIS,
Which no
Hawaii.
shots to those shows. If you love
Yeah,
them, cool.
yeah,
But
yeah. I don't
I miss
watch
when
them,
TV
but
had a variety. You know,
yeah, now we're watching streaming shows and all the
every
big
2
guns.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, but like speaking of which, yeah, we have a fun episode in store today. Obviously Taj is here to talk about the premiere of Percy Jackson season 2. Probably the
Yeah.
biggest Percy Jackson fan I know. When I think of Percy Jackson, I'm like, oh, Taj is gonna be happy because Percy Jackson is here. And then we also have another guest popping in a bit later for It Welcome to Derry. No player bits this week because I forgot to watch it. So we'll cover that next week. Too many damn shows. Too many damn shows. And then Fallout
Yeah.
starts in a couple days, and
The end of
Stranger
this year
Things is
been
back on
packed.
Christmas. It's too
Yeah.
much.
It is too much. I agree. It's like we were complaining, like, damn, it's not really nothing out. Now we're like, shit, it's too much.
It's like one or the other. There's either
Yeah.
too much or too little. There's that new. I haven't watched it because there's too much stuff out, but there's that new Mighty Nine D&D
Oh
show
yeah,
that's
yeah,
out. I
yeah.
really want to watch that.
I
I
do
haven't
too.
watched that yet.
I need to
How
finish
are
the
you,
original
Todd?
show.
Vox? Yeah, I've
Yeah,
not.
I haven't finished it.
Me neither.
So
I only saw season 1.
I saw the first 2, I think, and then I got busy.
Fair. I like it. I liked it. I needed. I don't know. I needed something a bit more. And I don't know. I just felt behind. Again, there's just too many damn shows.
Yeah.
Give me a second while I share this link out. But how have you been, man? What's been going on? What's been up in the world of Taj?
Man, I'm tired. Like physically, like, you do something for a while, you're like, all right, not burnt out exactly, but like you're like, man, I take breaks in my videos and people be complaining. I'm like, listen, I'm sorry, but like, damn, I need a minute.
Yeah.
Mental health is a real thing, man, especially, there's a lot of family drama going on. I didn't talk about it earlier, but like there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. So I'm like trying to just get myself together.
Fair. Yeah, I've been feeling that a little bit too. I think this time of year it really kicks in because you're at the end of the year, you're wanting a break, and there's not really a break for this like a normal job would be. Sometimes it's not like, oh, you get like a holiday weekend or like with school or something. It's like it's just keep on going. You kind of have to just keep on pushing. So, but I get that.
Wait, Fallout come out tomorrow?
25 hours. So I
Holy
guess
shit.
Is it the 16th or the 17th? Damn. Are you excited for that? By the way,
I don't think I finished season 1. Like I was watching it. It's not bad, but I was just like, I think other stuff was out during that time, so I was just like, I didn't get to finish it. Like I can't remember. What's up, Tony?
Hey, Tony. What up, Maddie? What up, Cody? Again. I'm excited. I like season 1.
They moved it up. Okay, that makes sense.
By the way, did you see their like holiday thing that they were pushing out? They like bamboozled us. They were like, here's an hour-long holiday special for Fallout. It's like a Fallout movie. And like we were like, holy shit, they just dropped the movie? And that's how like they like promoted it. It was a fireplace. That's all it was. It was like an hour-long fireplace that they called a movie. And me and Taz were so excited. We're like, holy shit, this is awesome. I had to watch 4 minutes worth of ads just to find out it was a fireplace. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, I didn't pay for the ad free thing either. I'm like, man, y'all want more money? Come on.
It was very weird.
For the price, y'all don't have enough content. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't.
I feel like that. I think they have some of the best originals in the game, but there's not enough variety, I feel like.
Yeah, it's not enough variety. They're all kind of in the same bucket too. Like, it's just like, Jesus.
That's how I feel like with Apple TV as well. Like, their originals are incredible. They have great originals, but they don't have, like, that's it. That's all they have. They don't have a good catalog besides that.
Yeah.
But yeah, to kind of get things started, because we have a tight ship to steer today. And there's one newsy thing I assume people are going to bring up in the comments. We can talk about that a bit later if we want to. The obvious thing that came out today.
Yeah.
But we're going to just jump right into things with Percy Jackson and the Olympian. Now, obviously, if you guys have not caught up with Percy Jackson and the Olympian, now's your chance. If you want to avoid spoilers, now is your chance. You're the big Percy Jackson guy I know. When I associate Percy Jackson, I think of you. You've read the books. You're a relatively expert, kind of ish expert.
Yeah, kind of.
We talked season 1, which feels like it was like a century ago. That's one of the first shows I covered on this show, and now we're over 100 episodes.
23.
It was late 23. Yeah, now it's late 25.
It went into 24. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been that long. It's been about a year since the show ended.
Yeah,
a little over a year.
2. Yeah, about 2. I don't know, give or take. Yeah. Season 1 was interesting for me because I thought it was okay. That's season 1.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I thought, as someone who wasn't a book reader, who had only seen the movies, which I actually enjoy the movies for what they are. I know they're not great.
They're fun movies if you remove Percy Jackson away from it.
I had no source material, so I enjoyed those movies as just movies.
Right.
But I thought season 1 was an interesting experiment because I think season 1, while it was good, I sometimes thought they had I could see they were maybe struggling with the writing a little bit of how to like translate it from book to screen. Like there were like lines of dialogue that you could tell were like just printed from the page, and they would just have characters say internal dialogue, and that doesn't always work for me. Like it doesn't always translate like that. What was your thoughts on season 1 as we kind of transitioned into like the season 2 talk here?
I liked it. Like I definitely enjoyed it. But I will say, like, I went back to rewatch it with my sister, and I did like it a bit less, but not because it was like bad. It was just certain production reasons. Like, I felt like they were skipping over a lot of stuff because maybe they didn't have the budget to create the sets or to go to certain places, and then the time was like really short. So I was like, okay. So it just felt like one episode would end, and then we would randomly start somewhere else, and it's like, okay. I don't know how I like that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think all the pieces were there in season 1, but there were these like little things each episode where I was like, would have liked that a bit longer, or would have liked this a bit here. And again, I think that coming from me, who's someone who hasn't read the books, I was wondering like, how do people feel about it who have? But it seems like most fans, I think, you know what it is? I think most fans are just happy it's not the movies. I think that's what, I think that's one of the reasons it was so popular, because it was like, oh, anything but those movies.
Yeah. Those movies were not good.
Yeah, which is fair. But I'll say, just kind of like right off the bat, and maybe it's just because I'm in a better place now than I was that time when the season 1 came out. I'm enjoying season 2 a lot more.
Oh, it's easily better off it. Like
yeah, it feels like these actors have it really improved in their abilities since the last season. There's more chemistry. There feels like there's a little bit more budget for certain shots. Like the shot of the like giant octopus thing carrying Grover off. That thing looks incredible. That looks like it could be in a movie. Like that looks really, really good. And it feels like the writing has progressed in such a way.
Yeah.
At just how they're translating it and how they're putting it to screen. So like, I'm enjoying the season already a lot more than I did last.
Oh yeah,
season.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I watched those first two. I was like, they got some budget. I was like, okay. Especially the chariot race. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah.
And the actors did a lot of their stunts. I saw some behind the scenes stuff. They had them like roped to the thing, so they wasn't just like flying over the place. And I was like, okay, but y'all be careful with that. Like, I don't want them hurt.
Yeah, there's something about this that feels very kind of classic TV to me in like a weird way. Like it feels like it doesn't feel like your normal streaming show. And I guess, you know, there's a little bit of that with like how long it's taken them to come out.
Yeah.
But in fairness, there was a writer and actor strike that was in between these seasons. But there's something about this crew and this cast and the energy behind it that does just make me very excited to tune in every week. And I think just already off the bat, I didn't have this like, oh boy, I need to watch next week's episode last season. I was like, all right, I'll come back. Like I ended episode 2 of the show being like, ah shit, I can't wait until next week. And I was like,
I was ready.
I was like, oh wait, do I like this show now? I was so excited. I was like, oh, I get it. Like I get the excitement that people had in season 1. And that's what I was hoping for. Because I talked about this with Darth in season 1. I was like, I'm not loving this now, but I think they can improve next season. I think that I think they have everything in their arsenal to improve by each and every season, and that's exciting to me. Also, just that safety that we're going to get it. Like, it seems like Disney freaking loves this. Like, they seem to be in love with
records. Like that first season,
yeah,
crazy. Like that's
like
most of the fandom. The second book is largely considered the worst and nothing. Yeah, but I did hear that they're fixing a lot of the problems with that book, which I've already noticed. So like they cut the school stuff. It was like really quick, done. Which I was grateful for. That shit is boring in the book. I'm like, okay, can we get past this, please?
I have heard some. It's mainly just TikTok being TikTok. Like TikTok has got so freaking like negative lately. But I have heard like
I'm done.
I like I have heard some people being like, oh, they cut this thing and they cut this thing, and like I cannot comment on that because I have not seen what they cut. Like maybe it's my favorite stuff or whatever. But like, how do you feel about that side of it? Like, do you think it's been relatively accurate to the books? Because there's already a lot of things from the second movie I'm like, oh, this was not in the movie. Like, this is new stuff to me as a fan, which is a lot more exciting than season 1 for me.
It's changes for sure, but I think it's for the better though. Like I haven't seen anything that I'm like, oh man, I hate that they did that. It's like, no, like it people need to realize these books came out in 2005.
Yeah.
You have to modernize them. You cannot keep them the same. This isn't the Harry Potter books where they were filming as the books were coming out. No, like these books were done.
Yeah.
They're done. A lot of stuff that's referenced and stuff like that, you have to change. Like it just don't work. But if they serve the same purpose, it's fine. Like the scene where I said at school, like they still were dodging fireballs. They still found out that Tyson is resistant to fire. You still got the same thing. It's a different scene, sure, but it still worked. I actually think this is a little better because the hell. But yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I think I'm always so like hypocritical with book fans because I'm always like, you're asking too much. It's not going to be perfect. And then I read a book and I'm like, oh, they cut out this and this and this. So I'm so hypocritical with that shit. I was at like Hunger Games where I'm like, no, they cut out this scene. It's like, it's a 2-hour movie. They literally had to. And I think that's the same thing. Like, it's a TV shows, and I think TV is always the best way to adapt books. Always. We've seen movies are typically not good at adapting literature most of the time.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a series that covers the whole book or whatever. But like, even this, like Disney Plus clearly has a shortened runtime. This isn't HBO. This isn't Amazon. Disney Plus is almost never giving you those like hour-long episodes. These are like those 30-minute episodes.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like there's just going to be things they have to cut. There's just going to be things that they're not going to be able to adapt. Would I like Disney to transition more into that model? Yes, I would. I think more is almost always better, but
some stuff, sure.
From an outsider looking in, I think it's fine. I haven't had a problem with anything that they've.
The episodes so far are like 40 minutes. Like they've and just like Chris just said in the comments, like the changes have worked so far. Yeah, and Rick is directly involved.
Yeah.
So the changes are coming through him. It's not like some random person is making it. It's like no. Like Jesus, have I missed? No, Naruto.
No,
we're talking about Percy Jackson right now.
We're gonna get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaving for that. I didn't watch that show like
that. Cartoon-ish Clade says hi everybody. What up?
What's up?
To be fair, people are negative in general. That is true.
That's like the cool thing now. Let's just be negative to fit in with the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I like to live in my little bubbles of positivity when I
can. Same.
Unless I'm negative as well, then I'll join y'all. But
yeah,
I haven't read Percy Jackson books in years.
Same.
When was the last time you read them?
Good Lord. Probably around the time the movies came out. When were those?
Okay.
2010, 2011, 08, something like that.
Something like that.
It was during that time period.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing the trailer for The Lightning Thief in front of Alvin and the Chipmunks 2.
I love that movie. I love Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I was like, whoa, this looks so cool. By the way, that trailer was sick with him like going like up the elevator. Like that was an awesome promo. I personally enjoy when adaptations change things. If I want the exact thing, I would just
reread the book. Exactly.
Feel the same way. Yeah, like I've had this conversation about like Woman of Tomorrow with them being like they've changed a thing. It's like good. Do you want the same thing again?
Right. It's called an adaptation.
Like, yeah, it's weird. I'm glad we skipped most of the school stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of boring. It's not really like entertaining. Yeah. Actually, Darren, if they put the school stuff in, you might not have liked the first episode. Because you would have been like, all right, they could have got rid of this.
The changes that worked so far, also unlike the films, this time they actually have Rick involved. Yes, love season 1, and so sorry, season 2 is excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely devoured the books, love them. Yeah, I think
they're good.
I think I might start reading 1 and 2. I think I might wait for 3, like you suggested, but I think I'm at least going to start.
Yeah, I was like, read a book after each season. So then
that's not a bad idea.
Like,
Amazon won't also give an hour-long episode look at Hazbin. Okay, but Hazbin Hotel is a bit different. Those are like animated. Series, right? Those are animated. Those are a lot more expensive. They give
a lot of their other shows. Yeah, I was about to say a lot of the other shows are like an hour. Shoot, a lot of their newer live action stuff has been an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What is it? The Boys, Gen V, Fallout, Reacher. Those are all like an hour long.
Yeah, even something like the Somebody Turned Pretty. Those episodes were like 50 minutes, 55, stuff like that. So it works.
I feel like social media negatively skyrocketed. Stranger Things season 5 ranked all over the Stranger Things community sucked.
Oh, it's terrible this year.
It's not great.
It's like, why are we fighting over ships? That's like a side plot in the show. I don't care. The world is ending, y'all. Like, what are we doing? Vecna out here kidnapping kids.
It never used to be like this. Like
it wasn't until like season 4.
Like I remember coming off of season 3 and everyone loved it. Everyone had nothing positive to say, and now everyone hates season 3. Like season 3, it's like, guys,
I loved it. It was so fun.
I love season 3. Listened to the audiobook of the first book while I was on the train, but I remember falling asleep because I can never.
I might do that instead of rereading myself. I actually might do that for the 3rd through 5th books. I might have to. Yeah, but also I'm hearing rumors of Heroes of Olympus. For those who are Percy Jackson fans, you know, but that it's like the book series that takes place after this one.
Mm-hmm.
Which Percy and Annabeth are in it, but you would have to stop Walker from aging because they're not much older from when the books end to the next.
Yeah, you might have to do a recast situation where like find
Or
someone
just
else
do it
with,
in
like,
animation.
True. You know they're going to do spin-offs though. You know
Yeah,
that they're going to do like as long as it keeps popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like yeah, like let's dive into the episode itself. I feel like this is going to be an interesting discussion because you know things that I don't.
Yeah.
And I'm not an expert in this world. Like if you ask me like, "Oh, who's this the son of?" I'll be like, "I don't fucking know. I don't freaking know these characters." But how do you feel kind of just like where we at in the season? Again, a lot of this is stuff that I recognize from the bad adaptation I'd seen previously, and then there were things where I'm like either I don't remember were in the movie or weren't in the movie at all. Like
It was
everything
out of
was
place.
like,
Some of this stuff happened out of place too.
yeah.
Because the movie starts off with them at the chariot race thing, and I'm like, what the hell? Okay.
That's right. Yeah, I think I do remember that now. I mean, I'll just say right off the bat, I love Tyson. I love Tyson so much
he's
more
amazing.
here. Because I remember him being so annoying in that movie. I remember
like
just he was such a, and like to be fair, that was kind of the point. I think like that's what they wanted him to be. But I already like the like Percy Tyson dynamic so much more now. Because that was like, okay, Tyson's going to be annoying and screws everything up, and then Percy has to be mad at him for the whole movie until the final act where he does a thing. And it's like, I don't know. I just think it works so much better for both characters. I think because that made Percy such an unlikable character in that movie as well. Like I didn't like Percy in the second film. He was kind of a dick the whole time.
Their dynamic is a little rough in the book, which they fixed because it's handled better so far in the show. Like you could tell he's kind of like when he finds out, he's kind of like a little bit, but also not like shutting him off. Like no, like at the end of the day, it's my brother. It's gonna take some time to get used to because I didn't know, but yeah. I love the fact that I love the fact that they already knew Tyson in the book where they don't know he's a Cyclops because it's like no, it's like that makes sense that Percy would be able to at least like what the fuck.
Yeah, no, I think I like the little bits. Like I liked probably my favorite part of that first episode when he's like, there's the monsters here and blah blah blah. He's like, ah shit, I shouldn't have called you a monster. He's like, no, it's fine. He's like, no, that was really mean of me. I shouldn't have done that. It's like little character stuff. It's like, oh, he's still a dick. He's still kind of has that in him, but he realizes it's wrong. I think it takes his character a long way. Where he's not a perfect character. He does make mistakes. He can be a bit of an asshole, but he knows when he's an asshole. He knows how to correct. I thought that was really cool.
Also, Walker is like very charming as an actor. So I'm like, when Percy does something like dickish, I can't help but smile because he smiles. Like, did it make me smile? I'm like, okay.
They're charming. This cast is very charming. And again, like I think they found their footing this season. I'm liking Annabeth a lot more than I did. Like I liked her in season 1 for sure, but they're giving her a lot more to chew on this season. In many ways, she's almost been like the lead of this season, just within those first 2 episodes, especially episode 2. Like that is her episode. I really enjoyed the aspects of like, well, there's this mission you have to go, there's this quest you have to go on. You can't tell Percy. And this dynamic of like, shit, I really want to tell Percy, but I cannot. And keeping
because it's different in the book. Because in the book, she knows about it and still wants to go on the fucking quest.
Oh, interesting.
So they changed that up for the show, which I think works better. Like her finding out and was like, no, you can't go. But then what happens with them at the end of the episode? They have no choice but to go. So it's like, okay, I like that better. I was like, cool, let's go.
Yeah, and like I think that works very well for like the people who know the story a little bit, because I was like, okay, I know these 3 have to go on the mission. How do we get there?
Yeah.
Like how do we get them into the spot to do so? I love the little line like during the chariot race where, she's like, aren't you too aren't you too tight? Like you're like, why are we doing this? It's like, yeah, that's why I'm having
that's why I'm asking you to do it. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's such a good line. That's such a nice little moment because she physically can't.
shout out to that actress who plays. I think that's like one of her sisters, I believe.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I
cool.
can't remember exactly, but she's played by this actress named Sage. She's from this Canadian show called The Next Step. So like I've known who she is for years. And so when I saw she was cast, I was so happy for her. I was like, okay, because she was trying to break away from that show to like get in more serious stuff. Not that it was bad, but it was just like it's a dance show, you know, kiddie kind of show.
Sure.
Kind of in the vein of like High School Musical the series, but like it didn't get mature as the audience got older. It kind of like stayed on a certain. But yeah, so I was happy to see that she was in this. I was like, okay, cool. That's dope. I'm happy for her.
Fair.
Last time I read and didn't finish one of the Percy Griffin book spin-offs books, which Annabelle cousin who was the son of. Yeah, they introduced a lot of other characters. Cameron.
Also, I like the change of Tantalus. He's Lucem in the books, but he's even worse in the show.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, as someone who was he in the movie?
No.
Okay, good, because I don't remember him at all. Yeah, I hate this guy already. Just like
and if
right
he
off the bat,
like it was quick because I don't remember him in the movie at all. Like
I don't remember him either. I think that's very fascinating. I think it's really funny justifying his actions a little bit of just because he's hangry is why he's doing everything he's doing, which is fair. If I hadn't eaten like 10,000 years, I'd also be fucking pissed all the time. Like,
yeah, that's true,
really
Chris.
funny.
In the book, he didn't try to kill him, but you know, I'm okay with it here. Man, listen, if I couldn't eat and drink for 3,000 years, I'd be pissed too. Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm fed. He do need a Snickers bar.
He needs a Snickers bar. Yeah. Yeah, no, that would be such a fun partnership. That'd be such a fun ad for Snickers. That'd be so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, but I liked his energy. Again, he was like pissing me off, but again, that's the point. He's supposed to piss me off. Like that's the entire thing. It's interesting that like he kind of has this like he kind of doesn't care, it seems, about most of what's happening, but also like I don't know, he will take this moment. He's like, all right, I will use this moment to just get back at the gods. It's like technically what he's doing is morally technically okay because they did break the rules. But like you maybe should have a little bit more nuance during this situation. Like maybe you should look at the full scope of everything before you just start blasting. But again,
and technically they didn't break the rules yet because they didn't leave.
Yeah,
they were just talking.
That is true, but I guess they like saw the boat and was like, "Oh, you're leaving." Like, speaking of which, Hermes, Lin-Manuel Miranda in that second episode.
Nice to see him.
I think that's a great casting. I think that's really fun.
I didn't know anything about him in the first season, and my sisters know who he is from like his Broadway stuff and stuff. Yeah. So then like they put me on game. I was like, oh, okay, you know, he can sing
weird. Too. It's weird because I think he is a good casting, but also it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and it's weird seeing him as anything else but like the celebrity Lin-Manuel Miranda as Alexander Hamilton. Like it's a really weird dichotomy of those two things. What up, Chainsaw? What's up, man?
What are we doing?
When was the last time you were on council?
Man, like a year ago, something like that. I don't know.
I had to have. No, I mean you were in the 100th, right? Or no?
Oh yeah, I was.
Okay, so yeah, a couple months ago.
Cause that's when he was rotating everybody out by like hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was in that.
We still have a couple minutes left on the Percy Jackson stuff, but Alan is here. What up, Alan?
What's going on, guys?
What's up,
Alan? What was your top 10 favorite moments of Percy Jackson?
No comment.
I
haven't seen any of it, so
fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because again, I'm not like an expert with the book, so I'm not gonna have like an expert like, oh, this scene was very cool and this scene was very cool. But no, like I really did like the Hermes scene a lot. I thought that scene was really cool. Yeah. I don't know, like I think these gods' relationships with their children are so fascinating because some don't give a shit. Some are just like, whatever. And I like that he seems like he almost cares the most out of everyone, being like, at least what we've seen on screen. I bet there's underneath.
That's the only kid he cares about.
Yeah, where it's like, yeah, but you know, but like Luke did this. He's like, he's my son, but he did this, but he's my son. I was like, damn, that's a really good scene. I was like, I really like that.
Good.
And you know, I think it works better than the scene they did in the movie with that, where it felt more like, I don't know, it felt more set up. It felt more like, oh, look at the set piece. We're in the giant Mayo building and we're doing like, it felt more genuine. It felt more real.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely liking Hermes more.
Hermes made when talking to Percy. That joke was hilarious. Oh, I forgot what he said to Percy. Oh my gosh, I forgot what he said, but it was hilarious.
Yeah. I like the Annabeth stuff. Also, like in episodes 1 and 2, I liked the like, what's the line where it's like, once you've battled like a 3-headed serpent, you know, Jaws or like horror movies don't hit the same. And like, I like everything they're doing with that is I think very fascinating. The like, you can go back and be a normal kid because you know that life. I don't. I can't just go back and be a kid and watch movies and have fun. This is my life now. And then I think
to be as a demigod.
And now that she's been kicked out of camp, what does that mean for her? Like, she's kind of saying a goodbye to that part of her life in a sense. So I think that's just really interesting to me. Like, that's very fascinating to kind of see where they're going to go. Again, I know what some of the season is going to be based on just the movie. I saw the next episode on Percy Jackson. I was like, oh, I recognize that boat. I recognize some of those fight scenes, but I'm excited to see them evolve where that is going to go and where we're going to lead the rest of the season. Because there's 6 more episodes?
I think it's 6 more.
How do you think they're going to adapt the rest of the season? Because I know some of the set pieces, I know some of the things. Are you confident that they are going to be able to fully adapt the story to its highest potential?
Based off the first 2 episodes, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I actually have high hopes. I'm like, okay. Yeah, they got longer run times. The budget's bigger, and for the Sea of Monsters stuff, you have to. But also, it's a whole bunch of new stuff added. Like, we got a new character. What was her name? Ellie. She's the one who like pulled out the bow on Grover. So like, I don't know what they're doing with that because that's new. So I don't, But I'm excited. Like, I think they can pull it off though.
Me too. I also there's very little of him via the story they're telling, but Grover is great as ever as well. I liked him and Percy's dynamic, their little dream walking dynamic.
Yeah.
Which I think it works so much better here than it did in the movies because Grover is like a 35-year-old man in those movies, and so like it's funny, but like funny in a way it's not supposed to be funny when he's like he's in the dress running away from the monster. It's like it's hard looking back at those movies now, seeing what we've had. And like, I was thinking about this week, and this is probably something you can comment on, Alan. But like, we used to have so many of these shows and movies that were like, oh, we're casting these 35, 20, like late 20, 30-year-old characters in high school things. And I didn't really think anything of it. I thought like, okay, whatever. But now that we are casting actual children as children, now that we have things like Stranger Things and Welcome to Derry and Percy Jackson and Avatar, like we're actually casting children and stuff again. It's so noticeable now when you have like, Riverdale, where they're like, I'm pushing 40 playing these high schoolers. It's like, guys, we can't be doing this no more. It's hard to rewatch this now.
It was so much more common back in the day too. Like even when I went to go see the re-release of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, it was like that first one where it's like they're all trying to, you got the guy who I can't remember his name, but the guy who played Flash. I'm like, that is a 30-year-old man dressed up like he's in a high school. The teacher in that scene when they're in the Spider Museum or whatever, or the Science Museum, that guy was younger than everybody else who was supposedly in high school, and he's supposed to be the teacher. It's like,
So it's
it is weird.
There's positives and negatives to it, obviously. Like, I don't love child actors in general. I know it's a tough industry for them, but also it looks so much better when you're adapting these teenage projects.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because go back and watch, like, I don't know, Gossip Girl, 90210 or something.
Yeah.
It's like they're clearly like 25 playing 16-year-olds. It's like, no.
We need to find a balance. I think we just need to find actors that look young. Like, shout out to like Tom Holland when he started Spider-Man. Like, he was not a minor, but he kind of looked like one. I think if we can find a balance like that,
he still looks the
he's still like he's supposed to be he's supposed to be college now. He still looks like he could pass his like early 20s, I think. Taj, is there anything else from this episode that you would like to comment on or talk about?
Let me think. I'm trying to think. I just think the highlight was like Percy and Tyson's dynamic. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, same.
Seeing him actually fix and build stuff, like showing how smart he is, which he is, which the movies evaded for some weird ass reason. So
and it's like his abilities are so fascinating too. Just like how he can mimic people were really cool.
That was not shown in the movies. It's like that's a Cyclops ability.
That was really cool. I did want a little bit more of like a reaction, I guess, to the like, oh, he's your brother. Like, they were very nonchalant of just like, oh, you're my brother. All right, I guess we'll.
Oh no, it'll be more.
Now.
It'll be more.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I did like the scene when he's like, so you met Dad last year, right? Yeah. When can I meet him? Yeah, which is it's valid. It's like, why do you care about him and not me? Like,
and that
why
scene
did Dad?
Is really good too, because he's like, we can't pick and choose. They show up when they want to show up or when they want to talk to us or whatever. It's just like, that's so fucked.
And yeah, no, that's a good, like, because he's also being strong in that scene. I like that he, like, because he's not happy about it. He also wants to go see Dad again. And so he's processing those emotions. He's like, I don't know. I also want to see him again. But also, he can't be mad about not seeing his dad because his brother hasn't even met him once. So, like, he now has to wait his turn for his brother to see him again. Like, that's so cool. That's such a nice little detail. But yeah, if there's nothing else, I'm excited to see where we go this season, how they continuously adapt. I'm excited to see things I know, hopefully done better this time around. Because I agree, like, I think that first movie is actually really solid. I think the first one's a solid.
I watching it, it was decent. The
second one is kind of a mess. That is the one I think they kind of lose their marbles a little bit. Like, that one is like, okay, you're kind of. Yeah, that one's a bit much. At least, like, I don't know, maybe it would have been better if they had more of a runtime, but it's very clear they just did not have enough time, and they were just like, all right, let's zoom through this thing, which is the benefit of having a 8-episode TV show. What, almost 5 hours of content over the 2. So, but yeah, Taj, thank you for joining us for the Percy Jackson segment. Like always, is there anything you want to shout out, promo, anything you want people to know about?
It's free for me, so I don't know if I can fully talk.
Okay, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, y'all can?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Percy Jackson will be out a couple of days, so watch out for that. But other than that, that's about it.
Incredible. Well, go check his stuff. Can't talk. Go check his stuff out. I'll try and link it down below. Taj, thanks for joining us. We'd love to have you back for another Percy Jackson, at least for the finale, at least to talk about how it all wraps up.
Definitely.
All that jazz. Go check out his channel, Party Nation, Ranger Nation. We just filmed our mid-season finale of Ranger Nation. We won't be back until the new year. So go check that out, and thanks for joining us, Taj.
I
don't know what you said, but thank you so much for being here.
I didn't get that one either. But that's okay.
Yeah, it was so robotic. I was like, I bet it was something nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, getting rid of that guy. Oh my goodness. I thought he'd never leave. No, I was kidding. Alan, how's it going, man? How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you? I'm still recovering from, the finale that we got yesterday. Oh, I'm on the left. Oh, this is fun.
Oh, let me. Geez, come on, StreamYard. Where's my freaking setup?
There we go.
That's fine. Have we talked about Welcome to Derry yet? Is that
No, yeah, I haven't been on since the show started. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's really hard for me I feel like to talk TV most of the time. Being like such a cinephile, I feel like anytime I give my thoughts like mid-season, it just I don't know, like I like having the complete picture, right? Before like really diving deep into it. So I've kind of, even on my own channel, like I haven't done any videos or anything about it. And now that it's finally over, I'm like, all right, I'm definitely ready to talk about the show. Because like I've tweeted, here and there once the episodes have aired, but overall, like I haven't really talked about it besides, with friends and, some of you guys, the council guys. Yeah. But yeah, now that it's over and we got the full season, I'm ready to talk about it and get into it and put it all out there pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's interesting because like I like doing the show because I like the journey of a TV show, but I also understand like hopping in like in middle of the season is probably difficult to be like, wait, I haven't established my first part of the season. Now I have to talk mid-season. Or like I can definitely understand that.
Or I can kind of view like even being on this episode, it's kind of like a series review essentially, or a whole season review. Like,
sure,
whereas if you're jumping in, it's like you're talking specifically about that episode and what came before. And I try to make it clean. It doesn't always work out that way, obviously, but when it's a show that I really want to talk about and I really like, then I make an effort to go out of my way. Like I said, I usually do movie stuff. Like that's what I review. That's what I like to talk about. But certain shows, and both shows, my favorite shows of the year, we've talked about. My first one was earlier this year. So yeah, that's when I like to get into the TV side. Is when a show really pulls me in like that.
Harrison likes your shirt.
Thank you. This is a generic Walmart clown shirt that I had. I have a It Chapter 2 shirt that I can't seem to find because I am married and have kids. So things just disappear, right? Like they just vanish, and then they show up, again later down the line. But yeah, so I had to at least get a clown, right? Get the vibe of it going. So,
yeah, no, I mean, series or season finale of Welcome to Derry. It's been a very interesting road for me. It's been a very interesting couple of months because I reviewed both movies or all three movies for Pipeline back in October. That was like our big Halloween episode because I knew, okay, this little show is coming out. I got to get caught up. And I enjoyed the movies. I thought the movies were a pretty fun time. I wasn't like blown away, but I thought they were like, you know what? This was a fun little thing.
I might be rude by saying I did not watch that. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, no, you're fine. I thought 2017 was my favorite. I
agree.
2017. Okay. I went 2017, the original, and then part 2.
Wow. Okay.
But there's something I liked about all of them. I thought all three their pluses and minuses. And while I was watching those, I said, I understand why they're making this into a TV show. Because especially that first one feels like a TV show. Because I guess it was. I guess it was like this miniseries.
Yeah.
And just the way it's set up, I was like, oh, I get it. I understand why they're adapting this. And I think we're in this age now where every major film franchise is like, oh, we now need a TV show. We need to market off of this IP. And some work, some do not.
Yeah.
We've seen how, we've seen Disney Plus do it quite a few times now with their Marvel and Star Wars stuff. Those are very hit and miss. I know, Alien just had a show that was hit and miss for a lot of people. But I think I like this show. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I think I like this show easily more than any of the movies, for me personally.
Yeah.
I had way more fun with this show than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. No. I definitely agree. And and I'll be honest, like my history with it, I love everything we've gotten, even the original 1990 miniseries with Tim Curry. I grew up on that, right? So that was like my introduction to it and Pennywise in general.
Sure. Yeah.
And I really love the 2017 film. Like you, it's my favorite of the films, quote unquote, that we've gotten from it. But yeah, and I loved Bill Skarsgård's portrayal of the character like almost immediately. Like, but this show, I think, just took everything that those movies did and just elevated it to another level. Particularly his performance. Like, that was one thing I was talking about with a buddy of mine today. It was like the level of which he's acting in this show compared to the movies, and he was good in the movies too. But it just seems like with the freedom that he has in the show, as opposed to limiting himself to what the story was for the books, and then in the movie and everything, it was night and day for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this show.
There was, and I know he didn't do this show, obviously, but there was a quote from Ryan Coogler that came out recently, and he's about to jump into his this X-Files reboot that he's working on.
Yeah.
But there was an interview recently where he's like, there is a fundamental difference when you're crafting a TV show to when you're crafting a movie. And he said, a movie is about capturing a moment in someone's life, and a TV show is crafting a journey in someone's life.
Yeah.
And once I heard that quote, I immediately thought to Welcome to Derry, and I was like, they get it. They understand this. Because, again, like we said, so many are like, oh, I'm a filmmaker. I'm just going to do what I do in the movies and do it with 8 episodes. And sometimes that works. Listen, like stuff like Loki. Loki's a great example. I think that really works with the show like that.
Yeah.
But I think 9 times out of 10, you can't just translate what you know from that medium onto this medium. It didn't feel like they were just, oh, we'll make another It movie. But here, it felt like they actually know the medium of TV. It felt like they know what works, how to craft episodes of TV, not just Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5, Act 6, Act 7. It is episodes of television, and damn good episodes of television. And I'm so grateful for that. I feel like we're finally slowly healing in the world of television. Every showrunner seems like they're finally like, oh, we understand. We're sorry. We're going to try and get new TV shows out every single year instead of the gap. Like, it feels like TV is slowly getting back to the place it was 10 years ago. And that makes me so happy. And I think that's maybe why I enjoyed this so much, because this felt like a TV show. This felt like, out of almost any show I covered this year, and I covered some very good things. Dexter was the same vibe I got from that. That felt like a TV show comparatively to like, what is it? The first spinoff they did, New Blood. New Blood. New Blood felt very like movie-esque. And this was like, oh, this is TV. TV is back, and I think that's. I don't know. I get a lot of joy out of that kind of feeling, I think.
Absolutely. And what I think too this show did so well was it felt like television, but then again, it still had like the look and the feel of like the cinematics from the films. Like I think Andy Muschietti should get a lot of credit for how good this show was, and the fact that he was able to translate this universe into television as well as he did. I'm not 100% familiar with all of his work. I don't know if he's ever worked in TV or not before this, but I mean, he seemed like a pro. He seemed like he had no issues bringing this universe over and doing what he did. I know he did a majority of the episodes, if I'm not mistaken, directing wise.
4 or 5 of them.
Like, so he did over half the season, which, like you said, there's a lot of people who are very successful in film, and then they turn around and go to TV and they say, okay, I'm just going to do what I did in the movies with TV. But it seems like he said, no, like I'm going to do this the right way. I'm going to build this story up. There's clearly too, there's a lot of respect he has for the source material for Stephen King and the story he wrote, because a lot of the material in this season is in the book, but it's very brief. It's not as expanded. So he took those moments and wanted to expand them. And yeah, like it just made for such a great season of television. And an almost perfect finale that I would say that last episode was.
Yeah, no, like that's a really good point that like you mentioned about like it looking good and it having that like production. Like
yeah,
it looks better than I think most Disney Plus shows that I've seen. No shade to Disney. I don't need to keep doing that. I like a lot of those shows.
No,
like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah, like
they look cheap. They look cheap. They look like they were, filmed in a warehouse somewhere, and yeah, they look cheap.
No, yeah, because like it does kind of set the bar for me that you can have that TV template. You can have the budget of something like a big, massive Netflix show. You can have the weekly release. This show felt like it went on forever. This was 8 weeks straight. It covered the entire holiday season. And so like it almost checks all those boxes of like what I like from a show. It looks good. The script is good. The acting is good. The budget was good. It's the weekly show. Like it's all the things that I look for in a really enjoyable show for me. And so now I think that sets a bar because I've always said, well, it's a streaming show, so it has to be like this. It has to be templated like this. Now I'm like, there is proof for concept. There is proof of what can be done. Now you have to now something like, trying to find one that won't piss people off, like a Secret Invasion can't fly. Like I can look at these things and be like, I gave it to you in the past. I won't do it again.
Yeah, no. And a part of me wonders, because obviously a lot of those projects were doomed because of just the time they came out in, right? Like a lot of them were COVID strikes, and stuff. So like a part of me maybe looks back and I'm like, well, was it really, did they intend it to be that bad? Right? Mm-hmm. Probably not. And I just think it might have been a circumstance thing. So maybe we're finally moving into the time period where we're back to regular television. Because like I feel like it was definitively after COVID is when the transition in television felt like it was happening. Like, yes, there were some shows that did it, but it didn't seem as like so common. But now it's like, all right, like you said, I think we're getting back to where these studios want to get back to regular TV.
Yeah, and like that's a good point. Like again, like I think most of like not to get on like the MCU like tailspin again. Like I'm still waiting for someone to comment about the Avengers thing, which I kind of do want to talk about before the season's end.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
I have some things to say too.
Like Disney Plus launched in 2019, right? Most of those were filmed in 2018. So like it was a new streaming service. They were trying things out and they were experimenting. Yeah. And before they could get their hands clean or get their balance ready, they got hit with a COVID, and then a hit with a writer strike, and then an actor strike, and then one of their main actors had to do what they do, and like there's been so many things where I'm like, okay, I kind of got to give you a little bit of a pass on some of those things, but
but the fact like a lot of studios tried to get away with that, and truthfully, one of the biggest culprits of that is Stranger Things. That's a show we both love, right? But they earned that, right? That they earned being able to do that.
Yeah.
None of these other shows did. So it was like, come on, guys. Like, this is not how we got it. This is not television. This is not how this works. It's never worked this way in the history of TV. Stop it.
Jeffrey, your comment is starred. We will talk about that after Welcome to Derry. I don't want to derail this. But yes, we are going to talk about that. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. But yeah, no, I think let me read a couple of these comments here that kind of sums up some of the thoughts. Andy having a 3-season plan with everything mapped out is also a very good thing. 100%. That's always also a very interesting thing about shows that are mapped out. That can either be a very positive thing for your show or a very negative thing, depending on the quality of a show. Like, you can look at something like Lost that had a plan that like didn't start with a plan, but then had a plan. And like, you could argue if that's the better or the worse of it. But I'm confident in a show like this, especially with what we've been given. Yeah. My only concern right now with this is obviously right now is everything's fine right now, right? We have 2 more seasons. We are having a merger right now. What happens once we reach that 3rd season?
Yeah.
Are we going to Shogun it? Are we going to Stranger Things it? Like, is Netflix going to be like, hey, that thing's really popular, guys. Are you sure you don't want to do another season, another thing? Especially with something that was just introduced in tonight's episode. I think I know the rules of what they've established, but the way it's said, there could be wiggle room, right? They could be like, actually, they meant this, and it's like, oh, it's 2049, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah. I off of what was introduced, I have a theory of what I think this is leading to, and we don't have to get into it right now. It could be once we talk about the episode, but I don't think you're that far off. I'll say that. I think I don't think season 3 is going to be the end of this universe. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah, which I don't know if I'm against or not.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Is like I was talking about this with one of our other people on here. It's like there's potentially more than one of him. You could just like introduce another, right? Like you could be like, oh, this is his twin brother, Penny Wash. I don't know. Like, he's come for revenge. It's like, oh no, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if they would go that far, right? Because you got the book, you know. So I think they want to stick. Like I said, I think Andy is a diehard fan of the book, so I think he kind of wants to stick within the lore that's established, right?
Sure.
Look with the Netflix acquisition. Who knows, right? Anything could be on the table at this point. But I think you're onto something. I think that there's a little bit more than what they're leading on. And then too, I kind of wanted to piggyback off of that as well, because you were talking about like expectations earlier. I think too, for me, the one thing about this show that people aren't really talking about, it got announced like 3 months after It Chapter 2. And it took this long. It might not have been 3 months, but I'm pretty sure it was in 2020.
Oh wow!
That this show got announced, and he said he had plans about for this show, even I think while he was filming Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually never a good sign when a show takes that long to get conceived and made. So the fact that it was as good as it was, that kind of went into my expectations, because I was like, man, this took forever to get here. You know, horror prequels in general, being a horror fan, like that, they're not good. They're just not. That just never happens. Very rare that they're good. But this one really just beat all the expectations up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather it be like that, though. I'd rather them take years of planning to get it out, instead of like, oh, we did it in a week's time, and then it takes 10 years for season 2. Like, I don't know I don't even know if they've technically been picked up yet for season 2.
Yeah.
Which I'm not fearful for them at all. I assume they're probably just in. Well, again, they're actually. It might take a minute with the whole acquisition of it all. Like, we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's probably no current moves of like new content getting greenlit right now.
Yeah.
They don't know where it's going or what service is going to be on in a year's time, 2 years' time. So, but I have no doubts about that. But I mean, here's what I'll say: if let's say it was canceled. Let's say they don't get a season 2. I'm actually kind of happy. Like with what they gave us here, this is such a good independent solo story.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful story. Outside of the like teases of like, I'm going back in time. Outside, like that stuff aside, this works as just this one and done thing that you can enjoy, and you can enjoy 20 years from now of like, oh, that third It thing they did was incredible.
Yeah.
So like let's because again, like with these like acquisitions and stuff like that, some things that are very popular don't get picked up for multiple seasons. Like we just had the like Dexter prequel get canned when it was already picked up. It was popular, it did well, but because it was transferring of power and resources, they're just like, it's easier to let go. And I'm not trying to jinx the show. I do think it will get picked up. It's doing very well. It's already being talked for like Netflix and stuff like that. But like, I think too, it'd be okay.
Yeah. And I think too, like that's all going to really depend on like if Netflix is the one to get Warner Brothers, like, are they going to keep HBO Max intact and HBO in general? Because you know, they're the one, maybe not the streaming service, but maybe like HBO, the production company will stay the same, right? You know, you never know. So there's a lot up in the air. I will say too, though, the acquisition, if it's going to happen, it's not going to happen overnight. When you look at Disney and Fox, like that took 4 years or so before it was finalized. So
yeah,
you know, I don't know if it'll necessarily affect this show. I mean, we'll see, right? You never know, but I think maybe something after that those 3 seasons might get affected. I can't hear you.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. There we go.
This weird microphone's weird. If you tap it, if you just like tap the base, it will turn off.
Turn off. I was like, what happened? I thought my mic was messing up for a second. I'm like, wait, can I not hear anything?
No, I mean, but like what was the like thing they said the other day that like it might take up this 5 to 6 months to actually finalize the deal itself?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's like, again,
and then the full like takeover that's going to be a couple years. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
We're just now getting X-Men, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
We thought back in like 2019, it's like, oh, we'll have X-Men in a year. It's like, oh
yeah.
no, we're not getting our first X-Men movie until like what 2028, almost a decade after. So yeah, this stuff takes time.
Well, in studios, like they plan stuff so far in advance. It's like, even if like let's say the acquisition happened in the next year, it's still going to be a couple years before we start seeing them actually, you know, doing productions and what like their ideas are, you know, for the company going forward. So, yeah.
I think Short Car here is cooking up something.
I laughed at that when I saw them. Like, that's actually a great idea.
I'd actually give me like an animated,
like,
a spoof. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Okay, I mean, let's dive into the episode itself because this is I think it's an interesting finale because I guess I don't have as much to say as I would with a typical episode because it's more like action and event heavy. Like there's not as much like plot lines going on because it's the finale and it's wrapping everything up. But it's also a very meaty finale with a lot of big moments and a lot of huge things that transpire. I mean, how are you kind of feeling going into this finale? How do you end up feeling kind of after this finale? What's your general vibes about this final episode?
So obviously, like to me, I felt like this season was a perfect escalation. Like I really felt like, besides maybe a couple episodes in the middle, right before Pennywise got here or Bill Skarsgård got here, it just felt like we kept escalating each episode, and I felt like that's what the finale was, is essentially the escalation of everything, the culmination of all the storylines. And to me, it was just the most satisfying finale that I could have possibly thought of, from really just every aspect. When it comes to the character arcs, when it comes to the stakes, when it comes to the dumbass mission of the military, which I'm sure we're going to get into, that made absolutely no sense and is like the biggest flaw of the season to me. I was like, wow, okay. But yeah, culmination. That's like the one word that it just felt like it was the perfect wrap up for the show. And it, like you said before, like it felt like such a good finale because it wrapped up the season where if we don't come back, this is such a great standalone season of television. And even like the thing that you talked about with like, you know, the hints of possibly traveling through time and everything, you can kind of just like toss that up to, oh, that's just leading into chapter 1 to kind of give you the details there. You don't even really have to think of it as like, oh, we're going to explore this more in seasons 2 and 3. So yeah, I just like I said, horror prequels in general are terrible and usually destroy lore, add nothing, like they answer questions that nobody cares about. This show in this episode, that the final episode to me, it perfectly encapsulates how much this show adds to the enjoyment of those first 2 films. So,
I mean, again, I just watched these back in October, and I kind of want to watch the movies again because I feel like there's so much more nuance
that you'll pick up on with that.
Cody saying, a show being a prequel and a sequel at once is genius. Yeah, like it does make me think when. It's interesting because I do have many questions about how it works exactly. But like, is this a Pennywise now with the knowledge of how he dies now back in time trying to fix what he's done.
Yeah.
And that changes my whole thoughts on the show in general, because I started the show a bit worried about how each season would end.
Yeah.
Because my thought was like, I didn't want each season to be depressing, right? I didn't want each season to end with all of our children being brutally
killed,
eaten and murdered, and that I thought that would have worked for like a limited series one-off thing. But like for a 3-season arc, I was worried about this.
Yeah.
But now hypothetically, I'm like, well, now they kind of have to win each time, right? Like in my mind, he's going to have to go back each time in hopes to win against this side. It's like, oh, I lost this one, I go back again. Oh, now I have to go back a fourth time. Like, I kind of think that aspect of it is so fascinating. Of like, it just, I think which each season will add so much more nuance to these characters. And again, now, like, yes, as a prequel, we're going backwards. Via Pennywise, this is a sequel. Like, we're kind of watching the 2017 movie almost be his origin, and we're slowly seeing him go backwards. Is so, I think it really is genius. Like, that's such a fascinating idea. I really do like that.
And then it makes me look back too on this season and think to myself, well, like, clearly, I mean, I don't know. I guess we could talk about the whole reveal with Marge, right, being Richie's mom, and like the whole how it seems like Pennywise is omnipresent and is in the future, also in the past at the same time. Like,
how does that work?
Again, it's not entirely clear, right? But I think it establishes now where I look back at those episodes and I'm like, well, let's say in Pennywise's mind, this is after the events of those 2 movies, and he knows about his death and knows exactly what happens with the Losers Club. How much of this season is him being aware of it?
Yeah.
Like, did the events play out? Because clearly, like, in the first movie, like, his mom does not know, like, or at least, like, doesn't know about her son being the one to kill Pennywise, you know, when he's an adult and stuff. Like, there's no way, right? At least in my mind, that's the way I look. I'm like, there's no way there would have been like a tell about that in the original.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, like, is it just certain moments now he's going back to, like that moment with Marge where he's like, oh, I'm going to jump back right in this moment right here and try to kill her so I can prevent my death. And it's just, they gave us enough of an explanation, but not one that completely answers everything. So that way we're intrigued for more and we want to come back for more.
Which was one of my concerns, because like going into the show, I said, I wanted lore. I wanted to know these things. That's why they're doing the show. But also I was nervous at the same time of like, oh, but what if I know too much and it's not interesting once I know everything? Yeah. And at least with this first season, I think they did just enough. They show us just a bit of his origin and where he came from and these bits about him, but I still know nothing. I know nothing about Pennywise. And I think the point is each season we'll learn more and more and more till we get to that origin point in
1908.
Yeah, which is but then do we have like a paradox of like, I don't know, like that's gonna be so it's so interesting. And like, why doesn't he like baby Hitler style kill them immediately, right? Like, if he is omnipresent the entire time, unless it's like one of those things he learned like in the moment of like, it's just like time caught up with him. He's like, oh, now I'm aware, now it's too late kind of thing. But again, I don't know how that works exactly.
I mean, I guess I can talk about it now. I have a theory, right, of what I think. Obviously I don't remember his name, but you know, the big thing that has been absent from every live action adaptation is the turtle.
The turtle,
right?
Which you saw a turtle thing this episode, right?
They've hinted at it, right? They haven't outright said anything. So a part of me wonders if the mission and the whole point of this show is, like you said, Pennywise is somehow going back to these significant moments to try to reverse course on his death. But there's something there with the turtle that's preventing him from succeeding in these moments. And that's why he failed. Like, I think there's something there because, like I said, Muschietti is such a diehard fan of that book. and he wanted to be as faithful as he possibly could in film with adapting the story. But I know for a fact if he went to those executives for chapter 1 or even chapter 2 and said, "Hey, I'm going to do the turtle. We're finally going to do it." They probably looked at him like, "No, the fuck you're not. You know, you're not doing that." So I think this is a way for him to kind of build it insert that turtle music, to kind of build towards that. And I think, in my opinion, once we get to the end of season 3, I think he is going to succeed. It's not going to be by killing anyone or like knocking off someone from the Losers Club, but he's going to succeed in a way that lets him survive chapter 2. And the finale of this whole saga is going to be chapter 3, and we're going to get one final movie. That's what I think they're leading towards.
Which I don't hate.
Yeah,
I know we're in this kind of like anti-sequels and reboots era right now. I would like the trilogy,
and always fake deaths, right? Like always like saying, "Oh, we killed them," and then now it's like, "Oh no, we didn't actually. We're gonna wind that back so we can do a last one." And I think listen, I like chapter 2. I think chapter 2 is much better than most people give it credit for.
Sure.
A lot of people were disappointed by it, and I think a lot of people look back to that ending and say, you know, why do we want to? We don't want to end it there, right? They want to finish it one in a way that's a little more satisfying to everyone. I agree with that last comment. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would think so.
We bring in like the Bill Hader again and that whole crew.
Yeah, and then maybe it's about the children of them, of everyone who survived, and
maybe
we go from there.
Or we could bring in a new set of kids too, if we want.
Yeah, that too. It doesn't have to necessarily be someone related to them. They'll still get involved somehow, right?
Maybe they're kids or something. Like we carry on like that legacy. Yeah, I'd be down. I just think it has to be done well, and I think that would make sense, especially with how chapter 1 ended.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that this season ended. I'm sorry with the flash forward we saw. There's still something involved with that original or that.
Yeah,
the future crew. Like they're still doing stuff with those characters.
Yeah. I don't think they were brought back and like, you know, obviously him toying with Marge about Richie, and then you have the Bev cameo at the end. Like, I don't think they just did that just to be like, oh look, like we're doing a cameo. Like that seemed right to me. Like I think there's more to this. And
my only kind of upset to that would be, how do you explain that to the film audience, right? I'm down with that.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless you do it like, I'd almost maybe prefer just Welcome to Derry season 4 with the cast instead.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
But I get like
you
want it on the big screen. Yeah. I don't know.
I just think the only reason I say the big, obviously movies is where you make up the most money. I would say if this is a successful if 2 and 3 are as successful as season 1 was, they're going to want to capitalize on that. And what other way than to say, hey, this is the end of the saga. We're doing chapter 3. Come pay us money. And the first 2 cleared $1 billion. I'm pretty sure both of them, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe close to it, like really close to it. The whole Spooky Fair. Because the Muschietti was talking about the supercut that he wanted to release. Yeah, that's funny.
That's fun. No, I like that idea a lot. As long as you explain to the new audience what's been going on, like as long as you can do it in a way that makes sense.
Yeah,
because I love the end of chapter 2. I don't love chapter 2. I think it's fun. I don't hate it or anything. I know some people hate it. I think it's a fun movie. But like I love the ending of part 2. When like he realizes he's dying, and for like the first time he realizing he's losing, and like what it feels like to lose is so good.
One thing too that I think plays a little bit better about that ending, now that we got what we got in this episode, is he talks about how his death and his birth feel the same to him. And in the end, someone posted the clip, in the end of chapter 2, he turns into a little baby before he melts away. And I'm like, that kind of plays into the theory about him being all over time all at once. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, again, they're going to have to do it a little bit of explaining, right? We're not like, we can't jump straight into something like that, but
right.
they gotta explain it. But we got 2 seasons, right? We got 2 more seasons. Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen. Yeah. Well, I mean, Marvel too. Like you were talking about Marvel earlier. Obviously, they've had. It hasn't been all of their TV stuff, but they've had projects obviously that directly tie into the movies.
Yeah.
Even though Feige said that when they started this, they were like, "Oh, you don't need to watch the TV shows." And then you get Doctor Strange: Multiverse of the Madness. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm more mad about it with like James Gunn, because James Gunn was like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah,
and then you start Peacemaker being like, "Previously on the DCU." It's like, dog, what? Like,
you threw that out, immediately,
instantly.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, but even so, they all say that, and then it never actually turns out that way. So I think by the time season 3 is done, we probably won't really have to worry about it too much. I think, I wonder how many new viewers of even the movies that this show brings in, right? Because I'm seeing a lot of people online that are like, "Oh, I never saw the movies. I'm only watching this." And I'm like, "Oh, that's why
I
very
watched
interesting."
it. I watched it because the show is coming out, and it seems like the show's doing well. Like it's
Very
doing
well.
like numbers like House of the Dragon and Last of Us, which is way more than I thought. Like I knew it had an audience, obviously.
Oh yeah,
it has an audience. But it's doing what which is why I think I'll definitely get a season 2. Like I see no reason, and again, unless something behind the scenes happens, I don't see a reason for them not to do the season 2. To get into some of the more nitty gritty stuff, I mean, I would say like this episode definitely like it has such higher stakes than I ever thought the show would have. Like I thought it would be on the similar side of some of the movies, and we'd end with it, either him winning or them defeating it. But like this is like a full-on like superhero movie. It feels like like this events film.
It was so
like
epic.
That you've been building up for like 10 years, and it's like I think bigger scale than either part 1 or part 2 in terms of like the action set pieces. I mean 2 is pretty big, but like this feels like on a larger scale. And that entire like 30-minute chunk of the episode when they're just like in the the underground area and they're fighting him like with like the military, and then you have the grown-ups, and then you have the kids pushing with the little artifact trying to get it, like that entire like 30-minute structure. I'm just like, I can't believe we're here. Like episode 1, like I would have never imagined that not only I'd be here, but I'd be this invested in everything that we're doing right now.
I think too, like you said, after episode 1, I assumed that we were going to get a very bleak ending, right? Because when they came out and you thought you were going to have this basically kind of copycat losers club right off rip, and then he just kills them all, I'm like, oh, there's no way that this season's going to end in anything other than most of these kids getting killed, right? But no, and they did it in such a way, it like subverted expectations, but like when you think about it, you're like, oh no, wait, it probably should have, like it was always going to end like this, and we just didn't think about it.
Which I'm so happy about too, because this show has been so depressing. It's a show each week that I've adored, but I've also somewhat dreaded each week, because I'm like, all right, how are they want to get tortured even more this week? And someone wants to talk about Rich, and we can definitely talk about that Rich moment in a second. But I am so glad that another major, I mean, we had one major character die, but I think that's a separate conversation. But like, I'm really glad none of the other kids died, because we talked about that of like, oh, maybe Ronnie's going to die, and maybe Lily's going to get stuck in like the psych ward at the end of the season, and like, all these terrible things. But I like that there is a relatively happy ending, and that we get to focus on the one major death. It's not like all these characters are dead. It's sad and depressing. We have one massive major death, and we get to see the consequences of that scene. Rich's funeral scene was just beautiful. Well, I guess not beautiful, but it was a very heart-touching scene.
No, it was like that moment with Dick and Richie's parents was like, I got choked up watching. I was like, he's like, oh, that hand that you feel on your shoulder. I was like, oh my lord, like this is getting the waterworks going here. I'm like,
Marge's journey. I don't know if I've ever had a quicker turnaround on a character in a TV show, Because like episode 4, I'm like, burn her, burn her to the ground, and like episode 5, I'm like, oh, she's my favorite character. What the hell?
Yeah,
And I do think she may have been my favorite character this season. Like I loved her journey. Oh my god.
Yeah, her, and I mean obviously a lot of that has to do with her relationship with Rich, right? And their dynamic. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't have been more. Like I said, the way they flipped our thoughts on the characters throughout the entire season in general, like where they all started at the beginning of the season as opposed to where they ended. It just couldn't have been any more of a subversion to me of like where I thought they were going to end up. And like you said, I hated March. I could not stand her. I wanted nothing to do with her whatsoever. Like when she was doing the whole, I don't even remember what the group of the girls was called that she was kissing ass to.
The Patties, right?
The them, like, I could not stand her. I'm like, why is this character even in the show? And then just I don't think it was as instant for me, like, of liking her, but it was done very methodically, where by 2 or 3 episodes later, I was like, oh, this character is great. And I'm like cheering for Rich to, do what he wants and, get her to like him back. And yeah, it was, I can't say enough good on the character arcs and the way it was planned out this season. I actually think I like this group of kids more than I like the Losers Club.
I do too. Which is insane. But it makes sense. Like this is like what, like 7 hours with these children comparatively to what 2 to 4 we have in like the other one. Like,
well, really only 2 because you only get 1 chapter with them, and then you get you get the flashbacks and stuff in chapter 2.
You get the adults,
but they're the same character, but it's not the same like iteration of them, right?
But like you also have to think this is also every week, right? This is 8 weeks straight for what Ronnie and Lily. This is 8 weeks straight of these characters and their arcs and their journeys, and even like Rich, which I think we had like the least of. I think having him be like the big death character was so fascinating because he was the character I was least attached to, right? Like out of all the characters, they gave him the least. I liked him, but he had the least amount to do, and so I think having him be that scapegoat character was so ballsy. I think that's like the biggest word I'd say to describe this word is ballsy, because like they keep getting me with these twists. They keep getting me with these moments that I start out being like, because I didn't like the first episode until the end, because most of that episode I was like, all right, this is okay. It's just the movie again. It's really fast. Like I don't know why it's going so
greatest
fast.
Hits. That's what it reminded me. I was like, oh, we're doing the same thing as the movies all over again.
And then it clicked. I was like, oh, that's why. And then they did it again when like the OG kid came back. I was like, I'm okay with him being alive, but this is so fast and rushed. It feels weird. It's like, oh, that was the point. He wasn't really back. It was a trick. You idiots. And then when they killed Rich, it got me again a third time. I was not expecting them to do that there. It's like, it keeps getting me. And that's such good TV when I am just like flabbergasted after an episode. It's so, I don't have enough good things to say.
I think you're right about Richie's like, he didn't have as much to do as everyone else, but I feel like that made his death more impactful because I think out of all those kids, he was probably like the least traumatized, if that makes sense. Like they all had things in their history that, they had issues, right? They went through some stuff, and then he's kind of like the most pure out of all of them. And he still made that sacrifice, right? For Marge. And just was brave in his final moments, and it was powerful, man. I know we didn't talk about episode 7, but like that was like the 1-2 punch of episode 7 and episode 8. I'm like, I don't think I've ever enjoyed, at least in recent memories, back to back episodes like this, where I'm like, these are both like all-time episodes to me. Man, it was so good. And like the comment said, the moment where Dickie kind of is like just looking up in shock and then we see Rich running, and then he goes boom to Pennywise. I'm like, oh man, I was like I was standing up and clapping in my living room. I was it was great.
It felt
just
like
emotional.
it like almost felt like a portal scene in like Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah,
Yeah, it's like an on your left moment, you know,
yeah.
with Dickie. Yeah, that was it was so good. It's hard to explain just how like impactful that moment was. And because especially they were toast. There was nothing at that point that was going to save them, even with all those adults there, and even with Leroy. I mean, he shot down Pennywise pretty good for a moment there. I was like, whoa.
I love the shot. Oh, really quickly, I love the shot when his head's blown in and it grows in the music box version of it.
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo, that's a cool shot."
Great.
I was not expecting that.
Look, I'll say too in general, Andy Muschietti, his biggest thing I don't like that he does is his CGI. I mean, you could go back to those It movies, you can go back to The Flash, not great. I think the first couple episodes of the season wasn't great. The CGI got much better as the show went on. I will say that. I think it looked much better and was executed much better. He didn't overuse it like he does most of the time. So I'll give him a prop for that. I thought he got better with the visual effects as the show went on.
No, I agree. I think, there's some shots I could be like, oh, that looks a little funny here. I don't know. To me, I think like visual effects are one of those things where if that's your least, if that's your one problem with a thing, I don't really care too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, I watched 40 seasons of CW shows. Like, I am fine. I've seen the Flash.
You're like, I'm good. Yeah.
I watched Smallville. I am good.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean that's a fair point. Like, it's not a super, big complaint, but it is something that's been consistent with him, right? And something that has kind of been a weak point, but who knows?
I don't know if this is a hot take. I was always down with his Batman. Like I came out of Flash being like, I don't like that movie, but I never blamed Andy. Like, and I've talked about this many times, throughout the show, but like that was not his fault.
No.
That movie was fucked before he even, set a foot on set.
Yeah.
And I think the elements of that movie I would imagine were probably on him.
Yeah. So that's my thing is like everything I love about that movie is actually was his ideas. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish people would give him just a bit of a chance. Like, I think I understand being very skeptical after the Flash movie. I think that's fair. But I think James Gunn knew what a shit show that was. I think that was his present. I think he knows, hey, I'm sorry what you had to deal with on this set. How do I thank you? Batman? The biggest hero we have? Here you go.
Yeah.
So
and it seems like too, he's like, okay, and I'll also wait for you. Like you can finish up what you're doing with it.
3 seasons of it first.
Oh, I mean, that would be kind of crazy. I mean, unless he's putting them out every year, I don't know if people are going to want to wait that long for Brave and the Bold. But I mean, I will say with that comment, I don't think I'm any more or less excited from his work with it because I always thought he was a good choice. And horror obviously is so different from what he's going to do with Batman anyway. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think he'll do good personally.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up this question and then I have to let my cat
out
of the room. When I was watching the end credit scene last night, I didn't realize it was a movie tie-in. LOL, I thought it was set up for season 2. I was also confused at first because I was like, wait, I recognize her. But who? I was like, wait, what is it? And I had to look at it. I'm like, oh, it's her. Okay, I get it now.
Oh, with Bat, like the cameo. With
the ending. Like,
yeah.
What was your thoughts on like the ending credit scene that set up everything?
Oh, I loved it. For one, I don't remember what her name is. I think it's Sophia Lillis. I think that might be her name. The actor, she doesn't look like she's aged a day, which was great to see. And then, like the comment said, I think it was more of a movie tie-in than it was to set up season 2. But I think it did one of those kind of things that we talked about earlier where I think it adds more to specifically It Chapter 2, where we get that interaction with her and Ingrid. Like I think now when I go back and watch Chapter 2 and she's in the apartment talking to Ingrid, looking at all the photos, Bob Gray, and I'm going to be like, oh, that has so much more meaning now. It feels more impactful and good. But yeah, I mean, I kind of knew because I think there was a moment they said someone said something Marsh. I heard Marsh before they even got into the room and saw her. I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing here. So yeah, it was cool. It was a great way, like I think you said, to kind of cap it off. So that way, even if we don't come back, this is just all one solid story here. So yeah, I really dug it.
Me too. Yeah, no, I think. I low-key just want to rewatch the movies now, which is I think such a good sign because now I'm like, wait, this was this like I didn't really even understand her connection for the many episodes. I was like, oh, it's just some lit, but now I'm like, oh, okay, there's this lineage to everything that they've done, and I think it's taken me many episodes being like, oh, Will is like that. It's that Will.
Yeah.
And now I'm so fascinated because now we know that going into season 2 and 3. That is the plan. That is the exact reason all of this is happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the whole like Marge stuff this week, I was like, oh damn, it's Finn Wolfhard's character. What the hell? All right, this is crazy. So it's like, okay, so you have to live because in that moment at first, I thought she was dead. I was like, oh, she's dead. All right, Marge is dead. We're done with her.
Well, I'm glad I really felt that when they showed the clip because they had been showing for a while now where he's got all the blood on him and he's like, oh, I always wondered how you tasted. And as soon as I saw that it was Marge, I'm like, oh no, like they're gonna kill her too. I was so upset.
Yeah.
But then, once the scene played out the way it did, I was like, oh, I was just blown. Like that one, I know people looking back, I try to kind of stay away from theories and stuff like that as much as I can online. I mean, obviously being in this space, I can't really avoid it altogether, but I know people had theorized that she was Richie's mom and everything. But I just think even with knowing that, getting that moment and the way it played out, I thought was still so effective that it made me like excited that they kind of made that connection and tied it together like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I also really like the moment of what is it, Charlotte and Leroy deciding to stay on the farm. With Will. I think that's so fascinating that like that decision making starts here. With Will eventually, or what is it, like Will's son, right? It's Will's son that will eventually have to like stays behind, right? That will stay behind. The group, right?
Will.
I was trying to like figure out the timeline.
The dad of Mike, I think.
Will's the dad. So I was like, wait, how does that work? But like eventually, like, so Will ends up staying in Derry, which means his son also ends up staying in Derry, which I think makes the stuff in those movies even more impactful too. Of like, oh, he was kind of just destined to stay in Derry his whole life. And parallels like everything else in like those movies as well, because there's that moment of like, I'm staying in Derry. I'm going to keep remembering what happened. I hope you do too, which is a direct parallel to those movies as well, which I thought was really cool.
I just like I said, I'm blown away at how much.
I'm trying to like. I feel like there wasn't a lot of like big character stuff this week. It was all just kind of wrapping everything up. Like I'm like, oh, Ronnie was doing the Ronnie stuff this week. Like it was all kind of like combined. Them just trying to stop Pennywise. I liked the Dick and Leroy stuff this week as well. Leroy coming in, stopping him from unaliving himself, I guess is the best word for YouTube. And like how we've kind of like everything, they're just fully in on everything now, which I think is kind of what we've been waiting for, building up to. The Charlotte scene, I don't know the actress's name. She's a fantastic actress when she's like banging on him because she like, you lied to me. You said that we were safe. You said that we were going to leave. Now he's like, that stuff was like, oh my God, like incredible stuff.
I absolutely love too the scene where hello,
I can no longer hear you. I don't know if it's on me or you.
Can you hear me? Oh,
is it my phone?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? No.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah. What? Might be me. Hold on.
All right. Technical difficulties.
Oh, chat says they can hear both of us. Is it you again, Darren?
You think now?
I can hear you. Pennywise got you guys.
Pennywise got us, guys. Pennywise got us.
Okay. Can you hear me now? No? Dang.
All right. You keep on talking. I'm gonna reset my thing, and hopefully, it's just a glitch in the system.
Let's see. But yeah, I was talking, about the scene with Pennywise and Dickie where Dickie kind of puts him back into 1908 as Bob Gray and makes him, puts him in this like weird kind of I don't know what you would call it, but middle area. It was so funny, he said Tricky Dickie and all that, and the back and forth. He gives him the slap. I thought that was comedic gold. Yeah, there was so much about this episode that I just loved. In this season as a whole, I think everything worked really well. Let me see here. So, I mean, clearly you guys can hear me. We got your back?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
The biggest issue, my headphones were unplugged. They got unplugged from the base.
Well, that'll definitely do it. That'll definitely do it. But yeah, no, I was talking about, so the scene I was talking about that I really liked was the where like Dickie and Pennywise were having kind of like the mental battle, and he put him back in like 1908 and kind of put up the whole facade about him being Bob Gray, and he said, it said, "Oh, Tricky Dickie." I was like, "Oh, this is their dynamic." I feel like has been really, really good. And I'll be honest too. Skipping to free, dude, that was hilarious. I can't even lie. Like I was cackling when I saw that. That kind of goes back to the freedom thing. I feel like that Bill Skarsgård has had this season, where it's like, he's not tied to doing the book and having to adapt the book, so it just feels like he had so much more fun in the role in this season of television compared to the movies. But yeah, and yeah, I'll be honest too with like everything with Dickie this season. Like, I would not be mad if they decided to do a reboot of The Shining. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
Because too, that book, it's not as accurate to the book. The movie wasn't, as much as it's iconic and beloved. There are some changes, right? So I think maybe a more book accurate reboot wouldn't be too bad.
And like, there's connections to that, right? Like in this season. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Shining, so I have not understood the references.
Yeah. So Dickie he's a full-fledged character in The Shining. He's at the Overlook Hotel. Spoiler alert for The Shining. In I'll say spoiler for the movie and the book. In the movie, he gets killed by Jack Nicholson's character. In the book, he does not. So I think there's an avenue where they could reboot that and do it a little more book accurate, where it works out.
Yeah, I've heard that this season, and like there was like I've had so many questions about him this season. That's probably why I've been a little bit like, yo, what's more of his deal? Like, what's been his thing? And so, that makes sense. Then there's more to that.
Yeah. There's a lot of connections too in his books between them as well. So I think, that they had commented that there's a lot of connections there. So there's a lot they could do. For sure.
I don't know if you talked about it while I was AWOL, but let's talk about Shaw. We talked about him last week. And you know what? I'll say? He's at least interesting. That fella's that's an interesting fella right there. Because while I had my issues with almost every direction of his plan from start to finish, it's at least an interesting concept to talk about, right? Like I said last week, how interesting, not in universe, like if this was happening in real world, I'd be like, this freaking bigot. But I think like in the in the context of it being a show, I was like, how fascinating is it that like the like straight white man is using this demon god to stay in power? Like I thought that was such a like, I was like, that would happen. That would absolutely happen in our real the day-to-day lives. probably current politicians that would do that exact same thing.
I was gonna say, to me, it was accurate, and I think Shaw is leading the pack for the dumbest character of 2025.
Like there was aspects I was kind of getting last week. I was like, okay, I kind of see where you're coming from, and then this week I was like, oh, you're just stupid.
Oh, I thought last week is where, because that was when he revealed the plan, right? Was it last episode? Yeah. I was like, oh, you're an idiot.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm just saying, I kind of see where he was getting from that perspective. It was dumb. It was very dumb and very bigoted and obviously terrible. But like, I understand where someone from that headspace would get that. Yeah. But then there's this week when he's literally like standing right next to his mouth, being like, "I'm going to free you." I'm like, what are you doing? Like I can understand all this if he's like in a cage, if he thinks he's like locked up.
He's got him,
and right, but he doesn't. Like, do you really think he's gonna spare? Like, you've seen what he looks like. Yeah. He's done the face thing to you in this moment, and you think you're stupid. Stupid.
Well, and I think there was a way to set that up where it didn't make him as dumb, because they've already established in universe that most people forget, right? Most people forget what happened when they leave Derry.
Sure.
So there's a way to just institute that where, okay, well, he forgot, right? And he didn't realize until the moment he's face to face. But then he did it. But then they set it up earlier in the season
that he didn't.
That he remembered everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, now you're just telling me the guy is a dumbass. And that's just all it is. And you're not, I don't understand. Like, even the original one where the original plan that they lied about, right? Where they were like, oh, we're going to control them.
Yeah.
That didn't make any sense either. Like, that was not a smart plan.
In theory, I like it. In theory, I kind of get it. Like, if the idea is that, like, there's a war coming, we can use this weapon against our, like that's a cool, just like from a storytelling aspect, I think that's actually very fascinating. Yeah. Is it smart? No, obviously. No. Like, especially since we've seen what he's capable of, and I guess we have to give them the benefit. Is I guess they don't know the full scale of what the audience knows.
Yeah.
But like, especially in this.
Well, I think they do. I think that's kind of what this season was trying to convey with that, is that the Native Americans, when they originally knew about the entity of it, right? They knew that it was secured to this one area. Yeah. And at the time it was just the forest.
Right.
Before Derry was actually a town. They then came in, built all this town, and now all these people get killed every year. So it's like, it's just a continuing escalation.
That's fair. Yeah.
Of people in power being so stupid when it comes to this entity and it. Mm-hmm. Where if they would have just listened from the beginning, we wouldn't even be remotely in this situation.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, again, there's a lot of like political commentary here about like taking what's not ours and using it for our own gain.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Oh boy, history repeats itself, and again, we see
that part. I appreciated. I thought, okay, this is a good conversation to have and to stem from the show. Mm-hmm. But I feel like he should have just been smarter. There should have been more like intelligence, and so there was ways that they could have played it where it wouldn't have been as bad. Correct, Harry. Yeah, James Remar. Look, he did a good job with what he was given. It's the character that's all
stupid. Yeah, it's very, very stupid. I like that he's stupid. I don't know. I kind of like what they were going with here. But I definitely understand. Like, from an audience member, I'm like, what the hell? Like, what the hell are we doing, man? This is insane. You're crazy.
Well, that scene was hilarious too. Like when he thinks that he's just gonna free Pennywise and he's just gonna let him live. Like, oh yeah, I'll be fine. You know, like what?
I'm your buddy. I'm your pal. It's like, dog, what are we cooking here? What? Like, what are we doing?
I loved how too he turned around. He was like, oh, I never forget a smell. That was so good. So good. I mean, Bill Skarsgård, like, I can't say enough good things about him and his performance.
I need, and there's not enough awards to go around, but I need almost every actor of the show to get up for like an Emmy.
For something,
I mean, Bill, obviously. All the kids. I really hope the kids get some acknowledgement of their talent here, because I think we're some of the best. I think some of the best acting I've seen this year were from those damn kids. Like some of the best kid actors I've seen in a minute. And then obviously like the Charlotte and Leroy's actor was great.
Yeah.
Dick Harrow's actor was great. Hank was great. Like it was just all around some great performances. Anything else that we haven't talked about that you would like to go over?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's so much I could talk about with the show just because I haven't done anything, about it since it started. I mean, I think for the episode for sure, we've pretty much touched on everything that I can recall. Oh, I did too. One last comment. I just thought about it. The comedic acting from Bill, where he kills the principal, throws the body to the kids, and then kicks the head like a soccer ball. I know that was supposed to be like a gore-filled moment that was supposed to be horrifying, but I couldn't help but laugh when he did that. I'm like, that was just so good. He just did it so subtly. Like,
well, so much about Pennywise is like comedic,
comedy,
like especially in those, which I actually think works very well with this character because he's literally a clown.
Yeah,
like the purpose of a clown is supposed to be that they're these silly little gooses. And so much of those, like, I think, like, this show is easily the most scary he's been, for me personally.
Yeah.
But, like, the movies are borderline comedies at times, especially that second movie. Like, that movie's hilarious. It's a great comedy. But even, like, the second and, like, even, like, the classic one, where it's like, oh, these are, like, kind of funny moments, the way these, like, performances are doing it, and the way, it's really good. But, again, I think that works with kind of what they're trying to do with everything.
Yeah, he just got more time, right? Like, I always kind of felt like that was my complaint of the first two films, is that I don't think we got enough of him. I felt like we could do more, and now he finally got it. And when you think about it too, he wasn't even in the first half of the season, and so we're just getting this off the back half of the season. So yeah, I guess that'll be my last thing too that we can talk about with the show is like, do you think they're going to repeat that where they don't bring him in until halfway during the season? I don't think they can, personally.
Season 2 is with Shaw, right? Is that like his era, or is that the third season?
No, I think it was 08 was the flashback with Shaw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I don't know what.
Yeah, I would assume this one would be like the parents of the kids era.
Okay.
More so, yeah, because he was older, so yeah, I would assume it would be like, I mean, I know Leroy's not there, but like that age group of people.
Sure. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Then I could maybe a compromise, maybe like episode 2 or like episode 3 or something, because I think that's why the season worked for me, is that we didn't see him and we got to see the other. I kind of like that stuff more. I kind of like the weird demon creatures and like the eyeballs and like the weird pickles and like the giant bats and like I don't know, that stuff is what I don't know. I really resonated with, I think.
Yeah. I think it did a good job establishing like the tone and everything.
And like I think he came in at the perfect time too. Like I think if we waited one more episode, I would have been like, all right, I want to see him.
Yeah.
And so I think it was a perfect amount of just like not enough seeing him, but plenty of Pennywise content to last the entire season.
Yeah. I wonder maybe if they'll split it up a little bit better, right? Or like maybe they don't do it just like first half, second half. Maybe it's like he'll show up episode 2 and like episode 4, and then maybe the last 2 episodes, like something like that, rather than doing that, because he just eats up the scenery. Like anytime he's there, it's like, I mean, I know you said you preferred it, but like I'm like, I don't know.
No, he's great. but like it only works for me though if he doesn't steal the scenery right away, right? Like this season only worked because I cared so deeply about these kids and about these
before
characters.
He was even there. Yeah.
So once he does arrive, because like I like those classic It movies, I like the movies because of Pennywise. Yeah. He's the highlight.
Yeah.
I would not say he's the highlight for me personally in this show, just because I love character work so much and I love following these characters.
Yeah.
And then he's like the cake at the end of the party. He's like, that was a great party. Oh, and they brought cake. Okay, this makes it even better, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's crazy too because he's probably the most likely to get an Emmy or something from this.
Oh, he's definitely the shoe-in. Yeah, no, like,
yeah.
would he count as lead actor, or would he be supporting actor?
I don't know. That's
Because he is the title character technically.
He is, yeah. but then also like he wasn't there for half a season, so it's kind of like I don't know.
It's an ensemble cast. It's hard for me to pick up. Like I'd say, Lily. I'd say she was probably like the star. I'd say.
Or the lead, right? But then even that, I feel like towards the back half, she kind of
it switches to Ronnie, and then it goes to like Leroy for a bit. And so it's it's full on like an ensemble cast.
It really is,
yeah. Second season would be the Bradley gang stuff. So the skeletons in the old car they dug up. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then he said in the intro too with the
they only did that because the first half was pre-strikes, second half was done post-strikes. That's fair. Yeah. That's probably fair, but I don't know. I think it worked in their advantage. I think it worked for them. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to wrap up the Welcome to Derry stuff. I've enjoyed the show. This has been a fantastic 8-week journey. My only real complaint is I wish it aired through October instead of December. I wish they started it the 1st of September and it ended like Halloween week, or maybe the week after Halloween would be fine. Yeah. Actually, have episode 7 be like Halloween and then it ends like November 1st or whatever. Like, perfect. Yeah. Because I love the show, but I've also been like, it's Christmas. I don't want to talk about Pennywise the Clown. Like, it's been a weird vibe. But more people are doing that. Like Five Nights at Freddy's is out right now. Terrifier 3 did that. Yeah. It's a thing now. It's
part of me too, though. I'm kind of happy with where it landed because now we got it sandwiched in between Stranger Things. So I don't know. I don't mind it. I think it was okay. I think it worked out well.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's one more thing I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Someone asked us about earlier. I kind of thought people were going to ask at the start, but I think it kind of works better this way.
Yeah.
So today's been interesting.
To say the least. Yeah.
I mean, the last couple weeks have been interesting. Like we've officially entered Avengers Doomsday marketing season, I guess you could say, or
it's still a year away, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we still got a year, and it's been already making this noise.
I think they have to, though. I think they know. I think they know how much pressure is on this. I think that they've seen. I think Fantastic Four didn't do the numbers they wanted. Thunderbolts didn't do the numbers they wanted. Captain America did definitely. Actually, I think Captain America did a little bit better than Thunderbolts. But I think all 3 movies this year did okay. It made money, but not a lot that that they're used to, I'd say. So I think they're probably very much trying to get every penny they can, and I think they will. By the way, but a thing came out today, and I'm being careful about this because there's technically nothing official out there right now. I want to say that off base. This could technically come out, and I'll be AI. And obviously, we're not showing the footage itself. Obviously, I'm not trying to get this thing blown off the face of the planet.
Copyright strike.
Of course not.
Kevin Feige snipe us from the corner.
I'm already seeing things like accounts get taken off of Twitter, like they're gone, rightfully so, obviously. But let's just talk about this for a couple minutes because I do think this is at least an interesting conversation. So last couple of days, it's been or weeks, I guess now. Actually, it started months ago when it was reported that the Avengers Endgame trailer would premiere over Avatar. They would show it in Avatar. And I never liked that idea, at least as an exclusive. Like having it come out before Avatar to air in front of it, that's fine. Of course, that makes sense. But as an exclusive feature, I always thought that was kind of dumb. Because what we're going to see is loads of people walking into Avatar with their cameras on to film the trailer and then walking out, ruining the first 5 minutes of Avatar for people. That's what's going to happen. That's just plain and simple. It's what's going to happen. Did Disney care? Probably not. Because they're like, oh, look how much, look at this $2 billion box office that we just got from this.
Hey, if you pay for the ticket, you can walk out all you want. That's probably their mindset.
Mm-hmm. And over the last couple of days, it was reported on that there would be 4 trailers airing in front of Avatar. And I actually think the 4 trailer idea is kind of cool. In theory, I think it's kind of cool, like each trailer, because my mindset in front of this was like, oh, they're doing a trailer for each team. That's so smart. It's going to be like the Avengers, the new Avengers, the X-Men, and Fantastic Four. Genius. That's so smart. Or maybe the Black Panther stuff as well. I don't know how they're fitting into the story. Whatever. There's 4 trailers for 4 different teams. Now, this came out earlier today, and I saw it, and I said, that's bullshit. No, no, it's not. Like, what? Why would they show? I made a tweet about this. I was like, why would Steve Rogers get a trailer when he's not even officially announced for the movie yet?
Yeah.
But something has surfaced online.
Mm-hmm.
It's not technically confirmed to be real yet, but from my sources, it seems like it is most likely a real trailer. Now, spoilers for Avengers Doomsday. If you want to know nothing that isn't officially marketed by Disney and Marvel, leave now. I'll give you like 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The leaked trailer seems to be Steve Rogers as Chris Evans as Steve Rogers coming back into the fray.
Are you aware of what the trailer is, or have you seen it, or like...
I've seen screenshots. I've seen like parts of the trailer. It's just so damn blurry.
Yeah, very much so.
I've seen the setting. I've seen the thing the character is holding in his arms. I don't know if you've seen that stuff.
I have. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel? I feel like I've been rambling for a couple minutes here. Like, how are you? So, if this is real, let's just play to this is all real. It's confirmed. It's not AI. Let's just go with that.
So I'll say, I know you said officially confirmed. It hasn't been Steve Rogers is back. Major Trades did report it right after the chair reveal. It was right after the chair's reveal.
Yeah.
And truthfully, this plot line of what leaks have been saying for a couple of months now is that this trailer is the opening of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And when I heard that, I was angry. And I think I've only gotten more angry the more I've heard about it, because why are we taking... I was already kind of on the fence about Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom, right?
Yeah.
Just because it felt like stunt casting, and I didn't really want that for this film and for the first iteration of Dr. Doom in the MCU. But then I started, I thought Fantastic Four was really good. They kind of seemed to imply that Pedro Pascal was going to have a big role with, and I know this sounds stupid, but with the chair placement, they had Pedro Pascal and then Robert Downey Jr. So I'm like, okay, maybe this means that we're still getting something that's accurate to what we've gotten. Now that I know, and now that other reports, I know you've seen them too, that Steve Rogers is the lead of this film. If that is true, that feels like nostalgia bait. And people have cried about No Way Home. They cried about Deadpool and Wolverine being nostalgia bait. But then those movies, when you actually saw them, it was a little bit of, hey, look at who we're bringing back. But it was implemented really well with the story. And I thought worked really well for those movies.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little nervous that that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And it feels like, okay, we're putting Chris Evans and Downey as the lead of the film to get everyone on board again and to feel like pre-Phase 4 MCU.
Yeah.
And I'm not on board with that. That does not make me confident in this film in the slightest.
Yeah. I mean, I was not happy when they revealed Downey. I wasn't happy because
and a lot of people were.
there was something I wanted for Avengers 5. I wanted a movie focused on that Phase 4 and 5 crew that I have been begging them to come together for, let's be honest, about 6 years now.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, longer if you count all the way back to characters like Sam and Bucky and stuff being introduced. Like we've been waiting for this for a very long time.
Yeah.
But I shut up about it after a while, and I let it go because I know a lot of people were excited about it, a lot of people were happy about it, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of things I'm really excited about this movie for. Mainly, like that chair thing made me very excited because I was like, okay, we have Shang-Chi, we have Sam, we have Yelena, we have the Fantastic Four, we have these X-Men finally going to be like that. That was so exciting to me. I was like, you know what? If Downey's the only thing to be pissed about, I can let it slide if the rest is great.
Yeah.
Again, it's not confirmed yet. These are trades. Trades say shit all the time.
They do. Yeah.
But
they're not 100% ever, right? And, yeah.
If Chris Evans is the lead of this movie, I will be very upset. I will be very disappointed. And that's tough for me to say. Like, this puts me in a tough spot because Captain America, Steve Rogers, is my favorite Marvel character. Like, I love like this version of him. I adore him. He's my favorite. I love him so much. And I was okay with him coming back. I knew once they said Downey was coming back, I was like, oh, Chris Evans is back too. Obviously. I thought he was getting a chair. I was convinced he was going to get a chair. I was fine with that. It's fine if he's in the movie, especially if he's implemented properly. I was always actually more down with him coming back over Downey because I was like, oh, he feels like he never technically died. And I was always kind of okay with the idea of like Sam as Captain America and him as Steve Rogers and doing his thing on the side. Like, I was always kind of okay with that aspect. But if he does come in as the main lead and take that away from Sam and Yelena and just like looking at these again, I don't know how much we can trust these, but the focus being Steve Rogers, Thor, and Downey, that's so depressing.
Yeah,
that is so. And maybe I'd feel differently if this was an Avengers 5. If this was Avengers like 7 in like 5 more years, I might be like, oh, okay. I think that was my main criticism when Downey was announced. I was like, the first Avengers movie after Endgame has Downey back. Like that just it never set right with me. It never. I was never a huge fan of it.
Which I totally get that. I think for me, one of the reasons that I was somewhat okay with it was because he was a different character. I was like, okay, well, at least he's
sure.
As much as it's a stunt cast, at least he's playing Victor Von Doom. He's playing a different character. When I hear this news about Steve Rogers, and specifically where that scene is taking place in the trailer, now you're messing with one of the most, at least for me, satisfying and emotional ends for a character that we got before. And it's that version. This is not a variant. This is because that was the thing. I always assumed, okay, Steve Rogers will be back. He'll play, an evil Captain America, Hydra Captain America or something, or just another variant of Captain America. No, this is our Steve Rogers. This is the 616, the one that we went through all those movies together.
Sure.
That's Steve Rogers. That something about that just it's gonna I feel if this isn't done properly, if this is not good, or at least even on the level of an Endgame, you're gonna sour that experience for people.
Yeah.
Probably myself included. Like I thought that was such a perfect end for both of those characters. To now bring it back and have them both be the leads. Like, what are we doing? Why do we need this?
Especially when there's so many characters not featured in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I look at this, and again, like, the excitement of an Avengers movie after all this time is, like, the MCU did the work. Like, you can argue there's been issues with Marvel the last couple of years. That's fair criticism. But the thing that they have not messed up on, in my opinion, is introducing new, interesting, fascinating characters that I want to see on screen. You have done the work. You have planted the crops. Now you just have to harvest them. They are ready to be harvested. And they're still sitting in the ground rotting. And if you don't do something with them quickly, they're going to be gone, and I feel like they are going to be gone because we're about to do the reset thing. We're about to do
Oh, yeah.
everything.
Some of them
and
will
again,
stay on. Probably the most
some will
popular
stay-
ones.
Which,
You know,
and you know what? To play devil's advocate a little bit, I kind of came around on the Downey thing. I was even okay with the Chris Evans thing because I also thought, well, this is the reset point, and I think what they want to do is to eventually introduce a new Tony Stark, a new Steve Rogers in the reset, which I'm actually I'm actually kind of okay with. I don't hate the idea of having classic Avengers, Fantastic Four, X-Men all on one Earth. That's a cool idea to me. So now is your time to do it, right? Like you can't bring these characters back in like another 5 years again. I mean, you could, but you shouldn't, right? Like this is kind of your chance to do it. So I don't know. And I will defend some aspects of it a little bit. I have seen some people jumping to conclusions a little bit, being like, oh, they're going to take it away from Sam. I still think Sam will be Captain America. I don't think Steve is going to come back in and be like, it's mine now, champ. Like, I do think Sam will be the leader of the Avengers still, but I would not be shocked if he's the lead in the movie kind of thing.
I'll actually take that a step further. I'll be surprised if we even see Sam Wilson and Chris Evans on the screen at the same time in this film.
I think that's best.
Yeah. I think Sam, or not Sam, I'm sorry. I think Chris, Steve will be on his own type of mission, probably somewhere in the multiverse, whereas Sam will be holding it down on 616 and doing that. And I think that's what it should be, right? It should be that way. And you were kind of talking about some of the mistakes that they've made, over the years. I really think now with this if this is true, and this is how this plays out, I think it was a monumental mistake to not do Avengers movies at the end of Phase 4 and 5.
Yep.
I think that this will solidify it because this whole situation, even if everything that happened with Kang still happened, or with Jonathan Majors, the actor, even if that all still went down the way it did, if you had an Avengers movie or two that had already come out by this point with the new group of Avengers,
I would not have a huge issue with this if they were already
established. Well, I don't even think we would be doing this. At least at this level where they're the leads. These are the three leads that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Because then there would be a want for us to continue to see those characters. But because you kept them separated and you did all these different things, now nobody wants it. And it's like, I mean, there are people who want it, obviously, but like in our bubble, like the general audience person is going to see, oh my God, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. are leading the Avengers film and they're back. Oh yeah. People who stopped watching after Endgame, they're gonna jump on this. That's why you said they're gonna make $2 billion.
This is previous to this, when we only had confirmed of Downey, I said this is a $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
Now that Chris, both Chris's and Downey are like the major three leads, it seems, $2 billion movie, if not because like Endgame didn't have the like nostalgic factor. It was just like the current factor, right? Now this is nostalgic. Now it's, oh, they're back. Holy shit. And like, I don't think Downey's just back as Doom. I do think there's a scene in Secret Wars as him as maybe not our Tony, but a Tony. Like there's like, I think there is a scene with like the three of them. It could be like an alternate version of them. That's fine. But like they're back as those characters. I
1000%. Yeah. And I said that from even when it was still Kang, I was like, oh, in Secret Wars, both Chris Evans and Robert Downey are going to show up in some capacity and be there. Especially because, like you said, the plan was originally to do kind of like a soft reboot. So that fits perfectly for them to be back. But I don't know. Yeah, them just being the leads of the film. Something about that just it just feels like a cash grab. It feels cheap. It doesn't feel earned, And we talk about how a lot of this stuff isn't earned with the new crop of characters. You have even less development for these for the old characters. We're just going off the love for Endgame in the Phase 3 in the early phases. Like, I don't know.
And again, like, there's a part of me that wants to put this like devil's advocate thing on it and be like, well, context does mean a lot as well, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I could come out of this and be like, oh, I was wrong. This is the perfect choice. I doubt it, but like,
Yeah.
I could. There's still that aspect out there.
The movie could be fantastic, right? And we all say, okay, you know what, we were wrong. This is what they should have did, right?
Yeah.
It
And
just doesn't
also
like
from like the Russo's POV, also I understand them wanting to, right? Of them being like, well, we don't know this cast. Like we want our cast of characters back. Like I get that as well, but
let's just pick up where we left off, when we were here 6 years
5 years ago. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let me go through a couple of these comments here, and then we'll wrap this up.
Yep.
I saw the leak. Is that real? Or I'm not going to say 100% yes. I don't want to say that. I just, it seems so, I'd say.
I'll say I believe yes, and I only said yes once I saw the Soups video.
Yeah.
And then I saw the subsequent photo he took at a building for the Russo's production company.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be legit. So
yeah, I mean, like when I first saw it, I was like, because it's so easy now to make an AI video and then just blur it, so you can only see it a little bit. You can make anything. You can make anything look real if it's blurred with AI. It's so easy now, and so I was like, oh, this is obviously fake. But yeah, the more we see from it, it seems like.
Yeah.
And also I think the fact that Disney's attacking it, like things are getting taken down, that shows me, oh, it is real.
Yeah. That's always the first tell, is if they're going after it.
Mm-hmm. He's Captain America. I'm just Steve Rogers these days. Stephen O'Connell. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate the aspect of that.
Yeah.
As long as, again, if this movie, like if we come out of that movie and Sam is still the lead of the movie, then I am okay. I need Sam to get his due.
Yeah.
And I need a moment in Secret Wars where like he's able to fully acknowledge like, oh, you are Captain America. Or like, he like Steve gets to see what he's done as the mantle. But I don't think that hits because we haven't seen him as Captain America, right?
Really?
He's had one movie, and I'll be honest, I don't like that movie. And it's not on Sam, it's not on Anthony Mackie, but it wasn't a good movie. It wasn't. So he really has to do heavy lifting. Like he has to be the lead in Doomsday to be able to show he's the lead, and Secret Wars as well.
And I just don't think he's getting that, which is really disappointing.
No. Yeah. It's feeling more like an Endgame sequel than a combination of the multiverse saga, which is smart business wise, but kind of disappointing. I 100% agree with that.
That's 100%.
100%, which I also makes sense why they're re-releasing Endgame in September.
Beat Avatar too while they're at it.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. Yeah.
Hot take: the MCU introduced too many new characters.
Yeah.
Sure. But we also have to keep in mind that's what we wanted at the time, right? Like people keep saying, "Oh, we want quality over quantity," but I was like, "Yeah," but like at the time in 2018, we asked them for more. We were like, "Oh, we love this. Give us more and more and more and more." So they said, "Sure thing. Here it is." And by the time they heard us, oh, they want us to stop. They had made 20 projects and they had to get it out, which has been the issue.
Yeah.
And also, again, COVID and strikes and the main actor doing what he did.
Yeah. People forget that those like 10 projects that came out in 2021 were not supposed to come out in 2021.
Yeah.
It's like that was
like, I really wish I could go to like this alternate reality where the MCU didn't have COVID and writer strikes and Jonathan Majors. Like, I want to see what that version of this universe looks like. Like, they got so messed up, and there wasn't a universe. Like, no one had done this before. Like, there's never been a situation where a studio has greenlit like 10 to 15 projects in advance.
Oh yeah,
in the midst of world crises. Like, this is the first for everyone. So it's a trial and error. On one hand, I think it's a very cheap play to bring back Steve. On the other hand, seeing that teaser did make me kind of emotional. And that's the unfortunate thing, is I want to be excited, right? He's my favorite. I want his return to be like, yes, that's my guy. And I think, again, I also think it's silly to do this in the trailer, right? Like they're done filming, right? Yeah. Like there weren't leaks about. I mean, there were some things, but like nothing official that we knew for sure. Like I would have preferred this so much if he just shows up in the movie and I got to have that crowd reaction. Like I think I'd feel much better about that. But instead, we have to have this conversation for the next year about how this is a bad idea and how we don't like it, instead of in the moment. I think the pivot off Kang really messed up. 100%. 100%.
Do you think that if Jonathan Majors doesn't do that this happens? Because I really don't know. Because I there's been reports about when the thought of getting Majors out of there really took place, and a lot of people think it was before Ant-Man Quantumania even came out.
No.
I mean, there's been reports about it that they were thinking about retooling because they didn't like what, like they didn't think that movie worked, so they were kind of seeing the writing on the wall and maybe use that what he did to kind of move along like they wanted, anyways. But
I think
who knows?
I think they return, but not in this capacity.
Yeah,
like I don't think Downey is Doom. I think Downey comes back. I think Secret Wars has everyone come back.
Yeah.
I think it's a much smaller roles for all of them. I think they just needed, because here's the thing, they needed a villain that people could associate with quickly. There's Doctor Doom is a big name, and Downey's a big name, and you are already attached to Robert Downey Jr. So you could easily be like, boom, there's our villain. And I don't necessarily think there needs to be a lot of build-up, but they had zero build-up at all. Like, you know, I think
more than a post-credit scene of his silhouette for more than 2 seconds. Like
I think people undersell Thanos just a little bit. They're like, oh, there was all this build-up. It's like, I guess, like,
there
in
was
name
teases.
Only. Yeah, like, most of it comes from, like, Gamora and Drax and the presence of there. But, like, the setup itself is pretty small when you actually think about it. But I think
he was just more of a looming threat than anything they set up with, like, Kang or Doom now. I think that's kind of a problem, too, with Kang, was that, like, I feel like they kind of did a little too much with him. Like, they were overdoing it. Like, introducing him and giving him to us in that capacity, even like in Loki and then Ant-Man. I feel like it might have been too quick, you know, but
it worked for me in Loki. I really liked him.
Loki,
but not necessarily as like a villain. Like, I thought Victor Timely was such a great character just on his own. But then you have like the Ant-Man stuff that really, it's like,
well, and I liked his performance in Quantumania. Like I thought part of that movie. He did well. But then, like, just the end result of the film was really like, oh, okay, I don't know how you think anyone's going to be afraid of this guy going forward. But
and you know, to be fair, I don't think that was the original pitch of the movie. It's so clear that they were not, like, I think that movie was supposed to come out and they were going to be filming Doomsday right after. But then real world things were happening and they weren't sure. Because of COVID, I think mainly it was COVID and not filming things right away. They had to be like, oh wait, we're not ready for Doomsday yet. Have him win, and I think that's the start of everything. It's more than likely just addressing the fact that Steve created branched timelines and the consequences of him doing that. Which again, in theory, I don't hate. I gotta see how they handle it. Like, I think I don't hate the idea of like him going back in time cause consequences. Like, I think that's kind of a cool concept if executed right. I don't think he'll be the lead. That's my hope. I want him more as like a supporting character. Like, if he's more of a supporting character, I'm more on board. This makes me think Robert Downey Jr. Doom is somehow our Tony. I don't think he's our Tony. No.
Like, no. Everything I said about what they're doing with Steve in this film could be applied to this 20 times fold. I would hate.
I think he could be.
I would hate it so much.
I think he could be a Tony potentially.
That's still a possibility. Yeah,
I'm actually more inclined with that idea because I don't love that he's like Victor Von Doom, you know, mainly because of the whole like.
Yeah,
I think it's. Have you seen The Flash, the TV show?
No, not fully at least. I've only watched, I think, the first couple seasons.
Oh, okay. Then the first season's fine. I could see it being this like Eobard Thawne situation where like a version of him takes like the face of a Victor Von Doom or like the name of him and takes his place on that earth or something like that. So like you can kind of avoid he just kind of like took his place in the timeline, and that's why he doesn't look like Victor Von Doom. It's like he's Victor Von Doom via like name only.
Yeah,
I don't know, like something like that. I think would make me feel a little bit better. Funny considering that was a part of a bigger conversation. And Twitter is very mad because they think he's overshadowing Sam Wilson.
I mean, he kind of is.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not trying to be mean to Anthony Mackie or to Sam Wilson when I say that, but like he kind of is. Like it's Chris Evans. Like that happening in general is going to overshadow Sam, and that's why it didn't make sense to do it.
Which was my issue with Downey being Doom. Because people are going to come out of it not being like, oh, Doom is such a cool character, I can't wait to read his comics. It's not going to be like, oh, I love Victor Von Doom. It's I love evil Tony Stark. Like that's going to be the conversation.
Well, they could have did it in a way where that would be the conversation, but nothing from this seems like that. Like, I'm sorry, and we didn't even really talk about this. I mean, you did. You kind of brought it up. How is one of these trailers not about anyone from the Fantastic Four? For a movie about Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I just
maybe that Doctor Doom trailer will be but
yeah. I mean, but again, if the reports about Steve's role in this film is true, it's like, wow. I'm so happy to finally get the classic rivalry of Doctor Doom and Steve Rogers, because that's just, all in the comics and happens so often. It's terrible.
This is exactly how I feel. I don't mind him being there, but he should not be the lead. 100% agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, there's a lot of comments there, but I think we're gonna leave it at that. Unless there's any of those new ones that had popped up really quickly. I think originally Doom would have played would have kind of played the role of Beyonder to Kang, Doom, Secret Wars, and probs not Downey. I agree.
Yeah,
I don't think it was.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because I do think Doom probably would have lost at the end of Doomsday. Like I do always think it was supposed to be sorry, not Doom, Kang. I think Kang was always supposed to lose at the end of Kang Dynasty. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then it would have been Doctor Doom in Secret Wars. Or maybe a bit of both. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, that could have happened for sure.
Kevin Feige said he was thinking Doctor Doom as the big bad before Ant-Man 3. Again, both can be true though. I think I think because what Secret Wars involves Doctor Doom, so like that makes sense to me. I could see the person who looks like Downey in the MCU has always been Victor Von Doom, but 616 Victor was adopted by the Starks. I was like, what are the Sharks? And became Tony as a baby.
I've heard this theory, and I think I would like that better than him. Like, I would hate if this version of Doctor Doom is just a Tony Stark variant. I'd hate that. I would actually prefer it if they just said, oh no, actually the 616 Tony was actually Victor Von Doom, who just somehow became a Stark. That would, at least for me, like not feel as bad. I would hate it for like loving Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. But I would like it at least for the character of Doctor Doom. So.
Sure. Yeah, I'm worried long term. I'm worried about I don't know, because I do want an actual Doctor Doom after this. Like I want the main timeline. Once the reset happens, we have our own Doctor Doom. Because he's such a.
I didn't think we would have to beg for Doctor Doom against the Fantastic Four. Like that's I don't know.
Because it's not going to be Downey. Like Downey doesn't, I don't think, wants to do it long term.
No, of course not.
And also, they don't have the budget. Like they don't have the money to pay him.
Keep paying him. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like get someone that you've never heard of before. That's that's why I kind of like the idea that he's not really Doctor Doom. Like he's kind of just like a puppet or something, or like using the propaganda. And like then you can have like the real Doctor Doom come in and be like, how dare you like facade my name or something like that, and it'd be like, oh shit, all right, I don't know, like that would make it slightly better for me.
I have heard a theory about that, where basically people think that there's going to be a plethora of Doctor Dooms in this movie, just based off of how they announced him. Because if you remember, he
Mhm.
was in a crowd of people dressed up like Doctor Doom, and then he emerged. So I wouldn't hate that. I would actually, because that's a way kind of to get the star name and the value of having Downey, but not making him like the main Doctor Doom. Like that's just what
Right.
I don't want. I don't want them to. Honestly, I would hate if they revealed that he was the Doctor Doom in the 838 universe with the Fantastic Four. I'd hate that, because then it's like, oh well, now you just took the Fantastic Four team I love and took away their Doom and gave it to Downey, who's not going to stay long term.
I'd kind of be okay with it, just because I do think we're resetting everything anyway. Like, I do think we're gonna end Secret Wars with like the universes combining, and then you can do whatever the heck you want. Like, you can give them their new Doom and stuff like that. Like, I think they would have always been here. Whatever, I don't know.
I think the history though matters too, right? Like when you have the history of Reed and Victor, it's like that's very important, right?
Sure,
and
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, and that's the part of it I'm not a huge fan of, because I'm like, oh, well, now we're taking that out. So
yep. Naruto, I have not watched it yet, actually.
I have not either, to be honest.
I haven't decided if I want to watch it yet. I've seen a line of dialogue from it that scares me. But I've not watched it, so I'll decide later in the week. I mean, we're still close. We're about 10 days away?
Yeah.
15 days away at this point, so I might just wait, but we'll see. But yes, with that being said, after our 30-minute Avengers ramble, we are going to call it a night. Thank you, Alan, for joining me. Also, shout out to Taj that was with us within the first half. Alan, what you're working on? Where can we find you? Anything you want to shout out and promo?
Chainsaw covered it. You can find me on AG Reviews on TikTok and YouTube. I will be releasing a Silent Night, Deadly Night review probably either today or probably tomorrow or Wednesday. I got to see that over the weekend. And then I'll be seeing Housemaid and Avatar this week, so I'll be getting reviews out for that. Are we doing spoiler things? I don't think I've talked to you about that.
Yeah, I plan
next week.
I plan to do
Okay.
Sometime. I'll just. It's weird because it's around the holidays. And stuff.
I know. Yeah.
I guess it'll be like basically 2 back-to-back because they're a week apart. Yeah, but we're doing.
Okay. So then, I'll be there for that. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I got going on. And then that week too, the week of Christmas, obviously I'll do my own Stranger Things review. And I do plan on seeing Marty Supreme as well. Because I want to see the Oscar buzz for Timothy is warranted. So I'll fit that in somewhere in there. So busy way to wrap up the year and stuff. There's a lot going on right now. So
I think it's one of the busiest ends of the year we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
It's very packed. But yes, go check out all of his stuff. I'll try and link it down below. And without further ado, everybody, I will catch y'all on the flip side.